Don't be fooled by insurance companies telling you where you have to get your prescriptions filled. Anderson Crossing Pharmacy in Andersonville can fill your prescriptions, and they'll do it in about 10 minutes. And make sure you ask Anderson Crossing Pharmacy about their loyalty card. You can save 10% on over-the-counter items. Anderson Crossing Pharmacy is at 3318 Andersonville Highway. Call them at 865-494-8444, 494-8444. Family-owned and serving our area since 1995. Anderson Crossing Pharmacy, caring for you and about you.
Serving East Tennessee since 1960. W266 AM, W25D6.
And welcome to the Friday night postseason edition of the free medical clinic scoreboard here. I got Mr. Jett over there. Big win for Oz.
Huge win.
And I've got my sidekick here, Sully Cox. And he's going to be on the air with us for about 15 minutes to my main man DJ gets here. Daddy DJ.
Yeah.
So that should be good. What a good night of high school football. You know, it's funny, but it's better. You warm up in the dark.
Right.
It has a fall feel to it. Just what a night. I mean, these postseason wins just hit different. You can say what you want to about winning regular season games and, you know, all that, but these postseason wins just hit different.
Yep.
What was the atmosphere like tonight at Oz?
Well, it was pretty good. I mean, it was pretty electric. We came out and done what we were supposed to do and took it to them. I mean, they didn't show up till about 50 minutes before the game started, but must have been a little traffic coming down from Roan Mountain, but it'll be a long ride home.
long ride home. So Rockwood comes to town. I think that's a better thing, actually.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're staying at home, not having to travel.
Yeah.
But I think you get your attention because you don't want to end your season to Rockwood.
No, you don't want to lose there. You never want to lose to Rockwood. That's a rival game. It's an in-county rival game. It's going to be exciting. We'll have a big crowd, and they'll bring a big crowd, and hopefully take care of business again.
Yeah, absolutely. What was the score the first time when y'all played each other?
I can't remember, but I believe we won by 20. It was tight for a while, and like I was listening to Coach out there in Rockwood on the radio earlier, he said, you know, they missed that, dropped a pass there that could have made it a little different, but then we go down 80 yards and score next play. You know, so they were a little banged up. It'll be a good game, though.
Yeah, absolutely. So Oliver Springs is pretty healthy right now?
Yeah, they're pretty healthy. 3 went down tonight with about 6 minutes left in the first quarter. We was up 21-0, and of course that's my son, and he cut in at about the 2-yard line trying to get in the end zone, and that kid rolled up on his ankle, so he hobbled off. But
he's all right.
Yeah, he told the coach it was tender and he didn't need him. So
I understand.
And that's a lot for a 17-year-old kid to tell their coach. I don't need to go.
Yeah, but at the same time, he knows the bigger picture.
Yeah, it's
Rockwood and Coalfield.
Yeah.
Rockwood first, though, right?
Yeah,
Rockwood first.
one game at a time.
Yeah. Just looking through, I don't know if there's a major upset. I know
Polk County beat Happy Valley. I don't know, that's not in our coverage area too much, but that was a pretty good upset by 1 point.
Yeah, I mean, the Rockwood is an upset because they went on the road and won that football game at Cosby. Cosby, I think, won that region for the first time in so many years. It was a crazy number of years.
I think that's their first time, and that would have been their first ever playoff win.
Really?
I'm pretty sure if I heard that right.
So there you have it. Did I just see Polk County won 14-13?
Yeah, over Happy Valley.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got you. GP is an upset to me. I thought Kingston would win that football game at home.
I did too.
Grace was in a battle all night. North I don't know, Christian or somewhere like that, come up from Mississippi.
Wow.
They're just on the Tennessee-Mississippi line, just on the Mississippi side. A lot more private schools closer to the Tennessee. T-Belay allowed them in.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So Harriman with the big win tonight. So if I'm reading this right, you all sweep.
Yeah. It's a clean sweep again. 2 years in a row.
2 years in a row?
Yeah.
So familiar foes with Coalfield and Harriman, Oliver Springs and Cosby. I think, and I'm not taking anything away from any game, but I think the game of the week next week is Sevier County. I'm guessing they were leading earlier. Sevier County and Powell.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, the Sevier County's, that'd be 11-0.
Sevier County will be undefeated. Powell, I don't know if Wheeler played tonight. We'll get some of that information from Jesse. Next week, Bearden will travel to Dobbins-Bennett. DB beat Farragut tonight 42-24.
Hey, Farragut was hanging in there for a long time.
Yep. Halls gets a playoff win against Morristown West. So you have the Halls West rematch next week.
Oh, wow. And that was a pretty close game last time, wasn't it?
It was.
Yeah.
Yes, it was. So a lot going on.
What about Oak Ridge and Ray County, 0-0 in the third quarter?
0-0 in the third quarter.
Wow. And then what was it, a blotch? Were they going for two? It was a block snap or something. That's the reason why they didn't get the extra point. I don't know if it was going for two or not.
I don't know. I don't know
to figure that out because that's the way to go.
Yeah.
And both of those teams were beat up, injury-wise.
Here's your breaking news score. Lenoir City 41, Walker Valley 35.
Yeah, it was in 3 overtimes.
And 3 OTs.
Somebody on the radio said, you got enough time to get up there and catch the end of it.
And here's the thing. After 3 quarters, it was 7-0.
Oh, wow. Wow.
So that was that would have been special. That would have been a good one to see tonight.
Yeah, I'd like to watch that one.
Yeah. I always say it's hard to find good football games in week 1.
Yeah.
Go ahead, caller. You're on the air.
Botched snap at Oak Ridge tonight with Ray County. They botched extra point snap.
Okay.
What was the final?
7-6.
Yeah.
7-6.
Right.
It's 7-6 over
I would
Ray County.
say that, if you agree with me on this, would you say Grace's season's probably over with after next week?
I would say that they will be a heavy underdog. I think there's only 8 teams left in that division. That's how that works.
That's a tough road to go. I mean, great turnaround this year. I'm not taking nothing away from their season. Just a tough place to go play CPA. Have to travel to Nashville to go play them.
Yeah, you're traveling to Nashville. You're playing CPA. However, I do think the only good news I could give Grace is they were only beating CAK 21-17 in the fourth quarter.
Okay. And wouldn't you call the Austin East game an upset tonight, beating Johnson County?
Austin East, a huge upset. I was getting ready to actually go over that. I noticed that score popped up. I was looking at it on the way here. I thought the way DB beat Farragut was was kind of shocking.
Yeah.
I thought Clinton would play McMinn County closer. I thought Fulton would go to Elizabethton and win because I've been told by several sources it's the worst Elizabethton team that Sean Witten's had.
Yeah, I picked Fulton.
Fulton
What
turned
happened there? Was that a botch snap, too, on the extra point?
No, just missed it. Kid just missed it. The kid missed it. He's a good kicker. He just missed it.
Just missed it. All right.
Yep. And
That's another, Justin Long's done a really great job over there this year. Jody and Robbie and them guys over there have to be pretty pleased to how Justin sort of turned that program around a little bit. Maybe he'll get it back to the what it used to be over there.
Jody and I talk every Friday night on my way here. And I told Jody this, and I said I'll tell Justin this, and I'll say it on the air. It tells you all you need to know about Coach Long at Fulton when you spend 2 or 3 years at Grace and the people standing with me watching the game. What's Fulton score? What's Fulton score? I mean, obviously they're supporting Grace, but they want to know Fulton scored because they appreciate Justin Long and the person and the coach he was to their kid.
Yeah, Justin was a really good athlete at Fulton, as you know, like I know, and I'm just congratulations. I know it's not how they wanted to end tonight, but congratulations to the Falcons. A big turnaround from last year, or the last couple of years, really, and I hope they can get it straightened out. So looks like they're on the right track.
Hey, David, it's about time for a Fulton basketball shirt, isn't it?
About time, buddy.
Yeah, I just noticed he had his Grace football shirt on. It's about time for his Fulton basketball shirt.
He needs to change. You shouldn't let him come over there with that. Get an Oak Creek shirt and put on him or something.
He said, I asked him, I said, you going to sit up there with it? He said, yeah, you going to say anything? He said he's going to tell everybody how bad they beat Robertsville this year in football.
Yeah, well, I tell you what, he's really growing up. I remember him coming down there and going to sleep with Sheriff. I mean, you'd be talking late at night, he'd go to sleep over there.
That tells you how good of a dad I am, right? He was over here sleeping on this couch.
That's exactly right. He's just sitting there in the middle holding the fort down. So, big win tonight by Oz, big win tonight by Cofield. So that train keeps rolling for a head-on collision later on, and that'll be an interesting game. You won't be able to get within miles of Cofield if everything goes right, that game happens. You won't be able to get within miles of Cofield.
David, I'll tell you something I've been told, and I'm gonna ask you what you think about it. So I talked, and this was just not like us initiating conversation. We're on a couple text chains with a couple coaches. Jesse and I are just guys that we do jamborees with and that we know. And the one thing that I will tell you that is big talk right now. What do you think about these guys playing Thursday night playoff games on TV?
Oh, me.
Well, I think high school football's made for Friday night. All right. I understand why you do it during the year. Sometimes I think TSSAA likes you to play a Thursday game occasionally to help out with officials during official crunch. I understand that. I understand why schools would play on Thursday night to get a little money because they might need a little help financially on different things. But I just believe once the playoff starts, man, it's made for Friday night. It's Friday night football only. That's just me, and I don't care whether it's on TV or not. It don't really matter if they have it on TV or not. But I just think high school football, playoff high school football, is a Friday night thing. Not unless there's a reason. Not unless you have to move it not unless there's just a really bad reason you have to move it, and I hope that never happens. But I'm not for high school football being played on Thursday night during the playoff. I think it's a Friday night thing.
Yeah, and when DJ gets on here, we're going to commercial in just a second. But we're going to talk about it a little more. But here's what I'll tell you. I had a coach today, the exact text was, they will not let you play a region final basketball game on any day other than the one it's scheduled unless weather. They will not let you play a sub-state game on any night due to weather. Why are they asking my football coach to play on a Thursday night, or why are they asking our opponent for the next week to play on Thursday night when we have to play on Friday?
Yeah.
So, Bearden's got an extra day rest now going to Dobbins Bennett.
Right, and that's
and rumor is DB and Bearden could be the game next week because their coach today sent me a text asking what I thought about the Thursday night. He said, hey, what do you think about Thursday night? And I said, well, I didn't watch it. I don't watch it. But my question is, why'd you play on Thursday night?
Right.
And his response was, I got an extra day rest.
So, yeah, well, I can see that too. I can see every coach trying to take every advantage. I mean, not only are you going to the next day race, you got to play a day early too. So it could work. It could work out either way against you. I think from what I'm hearing right now, Oak Ridge might be a Thursday night game next week. From what's been said, from what I'm hearing right now, I don't know whether that's true or not. That's what they're talking about. Oak Ridge being a Thursday night game. So,
Oak Ridge versus McMinn County will be the Thursday night game of the week. Is what you might be hearing.
Huh?
Oak Ridge McMinn County would be the Thursday night game of the week.
Yeah, and I would think that'd be a Thursday night game, and then I would think the Friday night game would probably be Powell and Sevier County.
Yeah, well, here's what I'll say.
Sevier County handled Central tonight was
Sounds like you might be scrambling to get it game.
From what I could tell, and but that's the chatter right now. So
it sounds like to me they're just throwing cash a bunch of different ways and seeing who would take it.
Yeah, fishing.
Yeah.
So doesn't TSSAA have to approve all this stuff for third? I mean,
no.
I don't have any.
No. TSSAA just told them if both teams approve it, then they'll play it. Which that's the thing. Now it's becoming a big.
What happens if you're a team and you don't want to play on Thursday?
Then the game does
the whole
not.
Team wants to play on Thursday.
It does not matter. It doesn't matter if you're home or away. If either team says no, the game is not played on Thursday night.
Okay.
And we got confirmation on that.
I probably just refuse to play, not unless it was some big amount of money that they're going to give me. I mean, I don't know what
$2,500 for the home team, $1,500 for the visitor.
And see, I just heard on the radio on the way over here that Cofield and Harriman are considering playing on Thursday night.
So everybody's been asked.
Yeah. I mean, I heard it on WCO.
So I will say this, and I'm not taking anything away from Harriman, David, and we're going to go to commercial so we can get set up here. But here's what I'm going to tell you. If I was Harriman and I thought I was going to lose by 20 or 30 points and I didn't have a chance, then I'd be the only reason that a coach would do that. But I'm not that coach. I would say, no, I owe my kids better than that.
Yeah.
But also,
who would be doing? Like I said, I hadn't heard the Harriman stuff.
I heard that over the radio on the way here.
I heard Oak Ridge Thursday night on that other channel. So,
but here's the thing: if I'm Oliver Springs and Cofield gets played on Thursday night, I'm pissed off.
Yeah.
They're playing a Thursday night game and then turn around and playing us on a Friday. Yeah. I mean, they get an extra day rest. Any way you go, I think the state needs to put a stop to it.
Well, if you got somebody a little tweaked up or injured too, I mean, if you're going to try to play on Thursday night, you're losing an extra day of rest. And I know it's just a day, but still.
Yeah. Hey, Dave, we're going to take.
It's a good thing to talk about. But I like I said, you asked and I answered. That's just how I feel about it.
Yeah.
So,
no, I agree.
I like your answer.
I'm sure there's somebody else there here feels completely opposite. So
absolutely.
All right, too.
Well, hey, call us back a little bit later. We're going to take a quick commercial break. We're going to get set up here. We'll get rolling. You know how it is on a Friday night. You got everybody rolling in at different times. Mm-hmm. So
I'll talk to y'all later.
You've had to wait on me forever, right?
I heard that, man. Yeah, I have. See you, buddy.
All right, see you, buddy. Hey, guys, I know we've only been on air about 15 minutes here, but we are going to hop out for our first commercial break here on our free medical clinic Friday night scoreboard, and we will be right back.
1952. That's the year Hammers opened the first store in East Tennessee. Now there are 5 stores, and there's always something new. Like in Hammers' popular ladies' boutique department, you'll find the lowest price possible on new arrivals every week. Find similar deals in the men's department and the expanded rug department. Plus, special purchases always offer surprise savings. You never know what you'll find next at Hammers.
Over 14,000 neighbors live in fear of becoming sick or injured and having to make a choice between putting food on the table or seeking medical care. The free medical clinic tries to take that fear away.
What do we help them with? We help them with diabetes, hypertension, any kind of medical need that they need that's necessary. And being in a community with the African American community lets them know that we're here.
To me, being an attorney means more than practicing just law. It means pulling alongside my clients and being their partner. It means keeping my clients informed through the legal process, which can be overwhelming. At OAB Law, we stand with you because communication is key.
At Ferris, we want you to get the most out of your time and end each day feeling good. That's why we pioneered exclusive lawnmower suspension technology, allowing for full-speed mowing, even over the roughest terrain. Grow your business by getting more done in less time with Ferris. Ferris. Work hard, feel good. Found exclusively at independent Ferris dealers.
What does strength in numbers mean to you? At Covenant Health, it means we see nearly 2.2 million visits annually. It means our 13,000 dedicated experts are all working together for a common goal. With over 150 locations throughout East Tennessee, you'll always find an open door to care, because we are committed to being the first, best, and strongest choice for the one number who matters most. You. Covenant Health. Let our strength be yours.
1 in 7 people will need a blood transfusion during their life. That's one person every 2 seconds receiving a life-saving product. At Medic Regional Blood Center, we are the primary blood provider for 25 hospitals in 23 East Tennessee and southeastern Kentucky counties. Started in 1958, Medic has been serving Knoxville and the surrounding areas for 66 years. For 1 hour of your time, you can save a life. Visit medicblood.org for more information on blood donation.
I wanted to continue my education after high school, but my family and I didn't think we could afford it. Then I found out that Roane State has the options to make college possible. Now I'm pursuing my dreams and will make my family and community proud.
Kathy Mae Martin has been making real estate dreams a reality for over 3 decades. Buying or selling real estate is one of the most important decisions you'll ever make. Choosing the right realtor is next. Thinking of buying or selling? Call Kathy Mae Martin at Coldwell Banker Jim Henry & Associates for all your real estate needs. Rest assured, with Kathy's knowledge and experience, you will be on the winning team.
Evans Mortuary has been serving the needs of families in and around Roane County since 1976. As established members of our hometown community, we understand the security of dealing with people you know you can trust. We built our reputation on this trust. The Evans family appreciates the confidence the community has expressed in us over the years and will constantly strive to earn that favor. Evans Mortuary, 805 North Gateway.
And welcome back to the free medical clinic Friday Night Scoreboard. The Ridge fans are happy. The Oz fans are happy.
Roll Wildcats, roll, baby.
DJ's feeling so good about this offense, he's ready to play tomorrow.
Oh, my goodness. That offense, I wonder if they can just run the same offense they had when they had their guys and just trust that it's going to work. Because they put points up then. But it was a defensive battle, man. That's all it was defense. All game. Shout out to Tyree Porter, number 6, 2 interceptions. 2 great interceptions. And the other Porter kid, I call him Daylight. Everybody knows him about the Million Porter. That kid, they gave him a play out the backfield that he was wound up being a wide receiver. Caught over 3 guys. 3 guys for the touchdown. I got an interview with them, both Porter boys, and so hopefully I can get this uploaded here and get it sent in. But it was just a defensive ball game both ways. Never knew what was going to happen the entire game. 0-0 halftime. I mean, it was just a hard-fought ball game. So how did Oak Ridge score? Who got that one?
The Million Porter.
Okay.
The running back, they actually pulled him out the backfield, ran him out the backfield. Next thing you know, he's near the end zone. They throw it up to him. Over 3 kids.
That's the
Over 3 kids,
Big
he caught
time.
the ball and scored that touchdown. So that's how they scored. Ray County, they had a great play to come back the very next possession and score.
Oh.
The quarterback rolled to his right and turned back, and I don't know if it was a running back or a slot or a tight end, but he just kind of popped out in the flats wide open. Everybody was going with, the way the quarterback was going, and that kid was wide open, wound up getting into the end zone. They went for the extra point conversion, the field goal, bobbled the snap.
Yeah.
The guy had to pick it up and run with it, and 21 Pendergrass wound up big tackle.
Good.
big tackle, and
he's known for that.
Yeah,
I know that.
Yeah, that was the play of the game. So just a defensive game both ways. Shout out to Ray County, who played a great game. I was able to interview number 59, Tyler Harrison from Ray County. He played with the Tennessee Jays last year on the national championship, maybe been a couple years ago. Young kid, I think he's a sophomore. Very big contributor to Ray County on their line. And I asked him what was his favorite position. He said he would rather play offensive tackle. But he's just as good on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, he's tough.
Great team, great, amazing kid, great family. But Oak Ridge rolls on, roll, Wildcat roll.
So does Oak Ridge plays McMinn?
Yeah.
Have they already played each other this year?
Yeah, they did, and I talked about that. Hopefully this will upload and I can share it. I talked about that with Demillion Porter, and I said last time you played those guys, you pretty much blew them out, and I didn't expect that. I thought it was going to be a good game.
Yeah, I remember you saying that.
Yeah, Oak Ridge blew them out, and so I asked Demillion, you guys were all the way healthy. How do you plan on defeating this? This team put up 49 points against Clinton. Clinton had them up 14-7 in the second quarter. The running back scored 4 touchdowns on in the first half against Clinton, and then I don't know what happened to Clinton, but they was looking good. Looked like they was on the road to beat them again and come back to Oak Ridge and do a repeat, but man, they just got slaughtered after playing a great 2 quarters of football.
Yeah, that kind of surprised me, the score of the Clinton game.
Yeah.
Especially knowing the score of the Oak Ridge game and then watching Oak Ridge and Clinton play, I thought it kind of surprised me on that.
Yeah.
That would have been a good one, Clinton Oak Ridge.
I mean, it was winning.
Yeah,
14-7. Benjamin looked good. Bryson Maddox looked good. I mean, Clinton looked good, and I don't know if it was the running back scored too many touchdowns and they just gave up or what, but they took a charter bus out there.
I seen that on
2
Facebook,
charter buses out there, and they did the same thing last year and beat them. Then came to Oak Ridge and beat Oak Ridge. So I guess they was going for that same mojo there, but
everybody needs a charter this day and time.
Make a run.
Everybody needs a charter.
Yeah. I'm curious to see how many tackles old Bo Wright got. They said that boy was going into that game with 134 tackles.
Wow.
From Clinton.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
senior. Yeah, wow. And reason they were talking about it last night on Sleepy Show, and I think DeJuan Marble had 170 or something crazy.
Oh, wow, so he's close to that.
He was getting close. That's
wow.
That's a school record. Marble had a school record. So,
wow.
You know, he was average. I think it's 13 tackles a game, something like that crazy.
Yeah. Marble's the real deal.
Yeah.
Good student athlete. He's still making the grades out there in Purdue. He's actually getting playing time out there in Purdue. They did a good thing with Marble, getting that kid over there, and shout out to Coach Keith for helping him get along, because he's out there at Purdue doing his thing. So still making a grade. So good student athlete. Shout out to Marble.
Yeah, the Maddox kid's a player. I'm interested to see if he's a junior, right?
He's a junior.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see if he plays football next year at Clinton High School.
I have a feeling he's not going to be there. I'm not saying that. It's just
that's
they're going to have to get they're going to have to get a good coach in there to get those kids to stay. I mean, you hear the rumor mills, but I hear a lot of those guys it's going to fan out.
Yeah. So it'd be interesting, because I hat off to that guy for staying. A lot of kids would have bounced going into the year.
Yeah.
So hats off for him staying.
Yeah. And the 2 kids they did lose, they lost Jay Lee to Heritage, super athlete, and then they lost Booby to Bearden, super athlete. Those 2 kids on Clinton's team right now is a totally different Clinton football team.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, that'd be dangerous. Him, Jeremiah Lee, and Maddox. Oh.
Yeah, the Maddox kid, one of the better high school wide receivers I've watched in a long time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But I'm talking who you cover.
Exactly.
Yeah. Man,
and then they got the kid that came from TK this year. Forgot his name. Great running back. And then they got Riker Orms.
Yeah.
And they got Jalen Benjamin at quarterback. I mean, they had the weapons to actually compete this year and put up a good run in the playoffs. Yeah, I think it's hard to beat them with those kids there. I really do.
Yeah. Go over a couple games next week in our area. Rockwood, Oliver Springs. You know, Rockwood's 5-6 coming into Oliver Springs. Oliver Springs already beat them. That's one that we'll talk about, I'm sure, a little bit later. Harriman, 8-3 at Coalfield, 10-1. Harriman's had a good year.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the last time they played, it was 27-27 in the third quarter. Now, Coalfield turned it on there in the fourth. You know, had a kick return. I think it was an interception return, an 80-yard run, touchdown.
Yeah.
It just snowballed for them.
Yeah.
But it was tight.
It was.
And you know they're going to have to work hard. I mean, it ain't going to be no push.
Harriman's one of those teams you don't want to play in the playoffs.
You definitely don't want to play them twice.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, I mean, they could be
Who's
scary.
the kid they got so good? Craze?
Craze, and their quarterback is really good, Cam Anderson. And then they got some linemen. I mean, they got some studs out there.
They got a good team.
Yeah. Okay. 2A, it's funny. We have no 2A. Schools in our area.
Wow.
There's nothing. The closest one would be Tellico Plains. York. I mean, so there's not much there. 3A, Gatlinburg, Pittman, and not really stunned me with beating Kingston.
What was that final? I missed it.
24-17.
Yeah. Really?
Right? Yeah.
Really? Yeah. Oh, man. I was rooting for Kingston. Man.
Yeah, us too.
I was rooting for Kingston.
Austin East, huge win tonight.
To go all season losing.
Yeah.
To make it to the playoffs and win first round.
Yep.
Is that 4 straight? Did they win their last 3 games?
Did they not go 3 out of 4?
I'm not. That's what I was
Yeah,
wondering.
maybe. But now Johnson County's best player broke his leg last week, so they didn't have their running back.
Oh, wow.
But AE still went on the road and won.
Yeah,
they still. Yeah.
Shout out to Coach Stan Stevens.
Yeah.
Nice.
They got a tough road next week, but you know.
Yeah, they got Alcoa. But hey, if you're Coach Stevens and you're trying to keep kids.
Say you made it to Alcoa in the second round.
Yeah.
That's the first way to keep kids. I know a lot of 8th graders that are. I've had them call into me, inbox me like, where do I go? Yeah. And stay home. Stay home. Yeah. It's going to change. Yeah, it looks bad right now, but it's going to change. Stay home. But they have a class coming up that is dominating.
And think about this.
If they stay.
Alcoa goes up.
And they go up.
Yeah. If they stay.
And they go up. Good point, Jett.
Go ahead, caller. You're on the air.
Hey, guys. It's Jesse. How are y'all tonight?
We're great.
Hey.
Good, buddy.
We're great. We got an Oak Ridge fan and an Oliver Springs fan sat here beside me. We had Jonathan Cox on the show earlier, so we're rolling.
I'll totally do.
He did great. He wore his Grace football shirt, and Queener called and told him he better find a Fulton sweatshirt.
Well, Fulton, I thought they were going to pull it out tonight. You want to start with them? I mean, they were up 13-0 in that game. I think Elizabethton tacked on a score there late in the third quarter, and then another in the fourth. And that's not a super talented Elizabethton team. It's definitely not one of the best that they've had over the last 5 or 6 years. But if there's one thing that Coach Witten knows how to do, it's to salt away a win, and that's basically what they did, man. They lined up, used their big boy out of the backfield, and just converted first down, milk clock, and just never really gave Fulton a chance to win that football game. I had Fulton winning, upsetting Elizabethton. I thought they had a chance to go on the road and pull off that win, and I think everybody agrees with that, even after they lost. But I think it just experience won out in that matchup tonight.
Yep, experience went out. They just kind of gritted it out. Fulton had turnovers in the end zone. Fulton had just different situations and different things happen. It was
Still,
rough.
I mean, successful year for Jay Long and his first run through there with Fulton, and excited to kind of see what they snowball that into in years to come.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is what I told the guys before, and I won't stay on this too long, but when you have everybody at Grace walking by me, hey, what's the Fulton score? Right. I mean, the AD, the baseball coach, parents of. I mean, that just tells you what kind of person he is. And one of the head officials tonight came over toward the end of the game and told Jody, he said, listen, I was a Knoxville official. I'm now an official in Blount County. Justin Long has this program in the right direction.
That's awesome.
It's first class all the way with Justin Long. You never see him, or at least I haven't in my dealings with him. He's not an up and down guy. I deal with the same Justin Long every time I talk to them, no matter the situation, and that matters in a program. You don't want your players to ride the roller coasters of emotions if you're an up and down emotional coach. And so at this point, when Fulton needs stability, that type of temperament is going to serve them well.
Yeah, absolutely. It'll be good. Hey, what about Lenoir City? Coach Cummings is on the other line, but we're going to stay with you and we'll call him back. What do you think overall about the Lenoir City win?
Well, I think one of the things he will talk about is the amount of just fight and character of their kids. You look at what they looked like over the last couple of weeks of the season. They were beaten up and tattered and bruised and just everything kind of working against them. They were winning that football game 7-0 at the end of the third quarter, and it ended up being, 41-30 something at the end of 3 overtimes. So that game got nuts in a hurry, and they were still able to kind of keep their bearings and win that football game. And when you're a coach in your first year, you can brag about a playoff win. That's a huge thing to take with you into the off season. I don't think anybody thinks Lenoir City's going to win a 5A championship, but they're hanging around. They're in the week 2 of the playoffs, and you know what? I mean, they have a feasible chance at winning next week against East Hamilton. That's not a world beater of an East Hamilton football program. So Scott Cummings knows how to win at this time of the year. He's proved it many times over in his coaching career, and so no shock that they're still alive here in the 5A playoffs.
So speaking of 5A and staying in 5A, I think the bottom half of that bracket with McMinn and Oak Ridge and Lenoir City and East Hamilton is wide open.
I agree.
Yeah, 100.
I totally agree with you. I do like what McMinn County has done, though, over the latter half of the year. I mean, that was a program that was not impressive through the first 5 or 6 weeks of the season, and they definitely have found something over the last few weeks. So that's definitely going to catch Oak Ridge's coach's attention. I think when they break down film, they were even losing early in that game tonight against Clinton, and then just ended up winning handily. So Oak Ridge is not putting up a lot of points right now. It's really hard when you don't have Will Presley, you don't have Malik Howard, and so they're doing what they can to win. So it's going to be a tough matchup for them next week.
And on the other side of 5A, you could take any one of those teams and match them up against any of the 4 teams on the other side, and they would all be favorites.
Yeah, clean sweep there, and that's where your power lies. That's where probably the person or the team program that represents East Tennessee in the 5A championship is going to come out of that quad 1, right? I mean, Powell at Sevier County in round 2, you got Halls at Knox West, and everybody's just kind of haphazardly throwing Powell and West in that quarterfinal matchup. These are going to be 2 difficult games for Powell and West next week. West barely beat Halls 2 weeks ago, had to stop a 2-point conversion to win that game by 1 point. And then Sevier County playing its best football of the year right now. We don't know the status of Connor Wheeler, the running back from Powell. He was dinged up in that game against West in the region championship in Week 11. So these will be 2 really good 5A matchups next week.
Did Connor Wheeler play tonight?
I have not been able to check on that just yet.
Okay.
But Sevier is tough right now.
Yeah.
Sevier is tough. And if they get the running back from that leg injury he had, what was that, 6 weeks ago, Jesse, 5 weeks ago, something like that?
Yeah, Tegan Rivera, and he did not play tonight. I do know that, but I was told that he does not have any kind of boot on. He's not on crutches, so he could be back next week. We'll keep an eye on that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that would be big.
Yeah, because they're tough. I mean, they're playing good ball without him.
Yeah, absolutely. So obviously next week it gets a little bit more exciting. Rockwood, Cofield, they all sweep tonight. With 6A, we've not talked about 6A much. Is it a race to Maryville playing Bearden in a quarterfinal game, or what do you see happening?
And if you're going to judge it off of what happened in round 1, I would definitely say that it could be Bearden versus Maryville in the quarterfinals. That's the best I've seen Bearden look under Josh Jones of what they did to Jefferson County last night. I mean, it was just flawless execution on offense for the most part. Defense really got after it, stopped a 2,000-yard tailback, limited him to under 90 yards rushing. It was a really impressive performance for Bearden, which, had an extra day's rest and an extra day of prep time to go up there and watch Dobbins Bennett play. So Bearden's definitely going to be favored in that matchup next week, even though they're going to have to go on the road at DB. Absolutely.
Well, Jesse, I know it's busy. I know there's a lot going on We appreciate you always calling in. Is there anything else that you're kind of want to bring up for next week or talk about this week before you jump off to your next?
Yeah, just shout out Coach Webb and Rockwood. I mean, they were 4 seed going on the road, winning over a 1 seed tonight, a program that went all out tonight in Cosby. Black jerseys, just getting everybody out in the community, trying to win their first ever playoff game at Cosby. Just emotions were high. The whole community was invested. So that was a tough place for Rockwood to go into tonight, and they were able to get that win. So Coach Webb does it again. That guy just never gets the credit, I think, statewide that he deserves. I've always said that. He's one of the great coaches in East Tennessee, so shout out Rockwood.
Absolutely. Yep. Well, man, we appreciate it, and let me know where you're going next week.
Yep, we'll do.
I'm not going to CPA or Anderson County now because Fulton and Grace is that's too far for CPA, and I was hoping Fulton would go play Anderson County again.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I can watch 61 yards of offense, DJ. Hey, my boys, I got one of them so glad he's alive. I got the other one looking forward to Cofield. He wants to play him on Wednesday night. He wants to do a Wednesday night game. All right, Jay, have a good one, man.
All right, y'all too. See you.
All right, thanks.
Oh, yeah. Forget the Thursday night. He wants BBB special Wednesday Night Live.
I know that's right.
WWE stuff.
Sponsored by 5-Star Prep.
That's right. We're in.
Yeah.
We're in. We can come up with $3,500, whatever it is. We're in. I love it.
That'd be good.
I love it. You'll be the sideline reporter.
I love it. I love it. You see I brought my equipment in.
Yeah.
I brought my mobile equipment in.
We'll do a live show from Cofield right after the game.
Yeah, we can do that.
I did get some sideline interviews of some Oak Ridge kids. Hopefully I can get that out there. That was pretty cool.
Absolutely. Chandler, call Coach Cummings back and see if we can get him on the line. We'll put him straight on the line. You have his phone number?
Coach Cummings is fighting. Shout out to Lenore City and those Panthers and what they're doing out there. He's fighting. He's brought that team back alive. And like you said, on this side, like it's really up in the air. What is Coach Rain going to do next week with McMinn County, who is putting points on the board now?
How many they score against you the first time, though?
Not many.
All right. Yeah, well, I didn't think it was many.
Maybe 13 max.
At the end of the day, your defense has to be able to get stops this time of year to win. Why did Cofield beat Oz?
Defense.
Oz couldn't go field. That's right.
Yeah.
Defense. Cofield's defense was better than Auburn Springs that night.
Yeah. And their fans were too.
And the lights. No, that was
it was the lights.
Them lights are out, man.
But no, seriously, the fans of Cofield, of course, it's 4 miles. And I remember at a halftime leaving, I was on the sidelines out there with the camera crew and those guys. I went in the stands of Oliver Springs and said, I cannot hear you. I remember the sideline reporter saying, hey, I'm on the sideline, and I don't hear any chatter from the Oliver Springs side. I mean, the fans are the best fans in the world in Oliver Springs. They're always going to be there. They always show up. But in my opinion, they was not loud enough representing Oliver Springs, purple and gold, the way I know they can. But all game long, I heard black and orange. All game long. And I went, and anybody can tell you, I went in the stands, and I was like, come on, guys. We got to get loud here. Yeah. Cofield boys jumped on me up there. That was calling the plays for them. But, I got love for all of them. I really love Cofield. I love Coach Napier and what he does. I love that community and how they come together. And my heart is really set on purple and gold for reasons everybody knows. I coach a lot of those kids out there, right? But it really disappointed me. I feel like if I was on the sideline, if I was in the stands, like it would have been a lot louder. Like I feel like if it was the Tennessee Jays, they would have been rattling and rocking and rolling in the stands, even if we were down. But I didn't get that out of the fans. So purple and gold, if you guys make it to that third round versus Cofield, I want to hear you in the stands because you got to go to Cofield to play that game.
Oh, they'll show up. They'll show up and show out.
They got to.
Yeah.
They got to. Big fan, and I'm not going Brad Jones. No, I'm not going with you. I'm not going to the game. I've been to 2 Olive Springs games this year. I watched them in Kingston. Dum dum da dum. Yep. Burn. I watched them in Olive Springs versus Cofield. Dum dum da dum. Burn. 2 big L's with me at the game, support my boys. So I'm not going. I won't be there. I hope somebody takes it. It's on TV. That's the only way I'll be able to see that game. But
I hope it's on TV, but I hope it's on a Friday night.
Well,
I mean, that's just my opinion on that.
I know Mark Packer's looking to get that guy.
Yeah.
I do know that. I don't know what day or anything like that, but I know Brad and BBB Communications said it may not be able something they can get, but it should be on TV. Yeah. I know Packers really anxious to get that game. And it's a good game, man. If anybody's going to watch some 1A football, that's the game to watch.
Yeah.
Why not put it on TV? So anxious to see how that goes.
I'd be curious to see how some of the other regions in 1A finished out tonight. I know Chattanooga Prep and Gordonsville was tight, and there was Clay County and somebody was pretty close, and it was in the third quarter on the way here. I was thinking we got out of there pretty early tonight, and I was sitting in the parking lot out here about 15 after 9. So
yeah.
Oh dang, really?
Oh yeah, it was I think I don't even know if I know in Cofield they moved the quarters down to 10 minutes. I don't know. I couldn't even pay attention, but it was going quick.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, the first half of Oak Ridge versus Ray County tonight went extremely fast. 0-0 game. It went extremely fast, and it seemed like it slowed down in the second half. But man,
yeah, it's the next. As interesting as the Powell west side of 5A is, the other side is that much of a toss-up.
Yeah.
And that's going to be some exciting football on the Powell side.
Now, is Central still alive?
Huh?
Is Central still alive?
That's who Sevier County beat. No. I think somebody beat Central.
Central's like Harriman. It's one of those teams you don't want to play. They're not the best, but when they get it rolling, they have some athletes that can actually get it done.
Right.
But you think they went down today?
Who's that?
Central.
Oh yeah, they got it was like 28-0 early.
Oh wow.
Yeah, the quarterback.
Who was it they played? Wasn't it?
What's that?
Who did they play?
They played Sevier County.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So that's what I was saying, but I wouldn't.
Did y'all see the stat on the Sevier County kid? Knock on wood. He has thrown. Man, I wish I'd asked Jesse. I think he's thrown over 25 touchdowns and no interceptions.
Oh wow. Wow.
I'm pretty sure. Sevier County, and they got up like 21 or 28-0, and he's done this the last 3 or 4 weeks without his running back.
Wow.
Yeah, they've got a big tight end up there that's probably going to be an all-state wide receiver or all-state tight end. He's got over, I think, like 12 touchdowns or something like that. And, boys, the Sevier County quarterback might be what you hear about more than anything the next 2 years locally as far as big-time QB.
You're right. Wow.
He is.
I didn't know that's
now he might have thrown one tonight, and I don't want to jinx you, boy. But his OC told me when the OC called me the other day, and he's like, "Hey, we want to thank 5-Star for helping along and helping us out with the Mr. Football." He's a Mr. Football semifinalist.
Oh, okay.
And but all this, and I said, well, last time I read, he hadn't thrown an interception. He still hadn't.
Terrions is a Mr. Football semifinalist.
Yes, that's right.
So what's Grace doing?
Grace won tonight, 35-28. They got back-to-back stops. They were down. I don't know that Grace didn't score every time they got the ball in the second half tonight. I don't think they punted. They might have had one where they went for it on fourth down, but they didn't punt in the second half. Tell you what's funny about teams, and I don't know if y'all noticed this tonight. Teams that have not played in the playoffs, they look like to me they play tight. when they first come out. Grace looked tight.
Yeah.
I mean, just everything about them. You know,
Right.
passes that Edmondson makes, just plays they make. It's just a little. Somebody's like, our timing's off, and I'm sitting there thinking, no, your rear end's tight.
Yeah.
It's the best way I can put it on TV. I mean, you know, it's just you're a little tight. I mean, you're not free. You're not playing.
I got a question here from somebody asking to find out how Fulton lost. Please.
They lost 14-13. They took a 7-0 lead in the third quarter. It was 0-0 at half. They took a 7-0 lead in the third quarter. They go up 13-0 in late in the third. They miss the extra point. The kid just hit it off the crossbar, missed it. And they 4th and 21.
Wow.
In the fourth quarter, they give up 23 yards on a pass, and Elizabethton scores on the next play to go 13-7.
Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
And the kid was there. I don't think he turned around. He didn't see the ball. You know, Elizabethton kid goes up and makes a big play.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So that's kind of how that went. And like Jesse said, you know, it's just Elizabethton found a way to win.
Wow.
Man, my phone is blowing up here tonight.
Well, there was some games going on.
Yeah. So, let's see if we can get this caller. I hope I can get Coach Cummings back on the phone. Go ahead, caller. You're on the air.
What'd you do with Sully? Where'd you send him?
He went out to get us something up the street.
You don't let poor Tate get on the show?
No, heck no. You got to be able to speak English. He speaks mumbled. I don't speak mumble.
Well, I was up at the orange and white baseball game today, so I didn't get to watch much. Any upsets other than, I guess, AE?
AE was a big upset tonight. I think the way that Oak Ridge won has kind of shocked everybody. They won 7-6 over Ray County. Fulton loses, misses extra point. Elizabethton scores 2 touchdowns late to beat Fulton 14-13 on the road. But I think the story of the night would be Austin East and GP and Lenoir City. If I could pick 3 schools to talk about. Austin East wins at Johnson County. GP goes to Kingston and wins. And then Lenoir City wins tonight. And that game, let me make sure I'm right. Yeah, that game was that game was at home. Lenoir City won at home over Walker Valley.
Rockwood won on away.
Yeah.
I followed a little bit of the Central game. It was actually 21-6.
Oh, it was 21-6.
Yeah, in third quarter, I think Sevier County scored there at the end or something.
How good did Sevier County's quarterback look when you were watching him? Were they airing it out much tonight, or they just kind of controlled the game?
I didn't see him. I was really just following the score. I was watching. Like I said, I was watching the baseball. Tennessee won the orange and white game, so that was always good.
That's good. Vitello's still undefeated.
So how? So Grace, obviously the offense looked pretty good. They got a chance next week?
Oh man, next week's a tough task. Next week's just a tough task. You're going to CPA. They won state championships. You're traveling on a bus ride down there. I think if I could say one thing to Grace, it would be go down there expecting to compete, but also we got to play. We got to play to win, not play to lose. They were a little tight tonight, Brent. When they came out early in the game, they were just tight, and you could tell that was a team that has not played a playoff game. No kill on that team has played a playoff game.
Oh wow!
Wow!
And you could just kind of tell they were tight. And then they got rolling a little bit. I bet Jackson Coffey had 18 to 25 tackles somewhere in that. I mean, there's no way he had less than 18.
Wow.
How many tackles does he have on the year?
I don't know. I'll find that out. He's a tackling machine.
Yeah. I had him on my show a few weeks ago.
He called in. I mean, it's unbelievable.
Yeah. And we'll try to. Coach Price will call us a little later. They were all in the field.
He's a sophomore, too, ain't he?
He's sophomore. All-state is a freshman.
Yeah.
All-State as a freshman.
Yeah.
That's big.
Alpha's a bad boy.
Yeah, like a 4.2 GPA. He's already made 20-something on the ACT.
Wow.
So,
Oh, that's a good, yeah.
He was singing in the choir this morning and tackling somebody this afternoon.
Yeah, that's right. Hey, one that I'm looking forward to next week too is West and Halls. I mean, Halls almost beat West.
Yeah.
A couple weeks ago.
It would be. I think Halls is better than what people gave him credit for. Because it's one of those things.
Halls have been good all year, man.
They've been good all year, but they've not got a ton of credit.
They haven't.
No. If they manage that game a little bit better the first time at Halls versus West, I think they win the football game. I was sitting there watching it on my phone on Diamond Clear while at the Grace Webb game, and I was like, what are they doing? Like, they went for 2, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they went to 2 to win the game, if I'm not mistaken.
That is right.
At home.
Yeah, at home.
Yeah.
At home. And
yeah, we talked about that.
I can't say anything else about West quarterback on here. I'll have some at my house when I get home. But, if you've scouted what your opponent is, you're like, okay, there's a good chance this dude is not going to be able to complete a pass. So if we can stop 4 straight runs, we got a chance.
Right.
But, yeah. There's an
Last question I have.
Go ahead.
Now, I'm not. Y'all talk on here a lot about Coalfield and, Oliver Springs and all that. I mean, how do they? I know they're single A schools or anything, but how are they able to keep, year in, year out program at the level they do? I mean, it seems like with that few of kids, you just have periods where, there wouldn't be much, but they keep it at the top. How do they do it?
Well, I think it has to do with their community. They're raised up off of it, and it starts just like a Maryville program. Their little league kids goes into middle school, transitions to high school, just like an Alcoa does the same thing. When you're talking about Coalfield and you're talking about Oliver Springs, it's small town communities, but the communities back them, they love their sport, and they start out at little league and they just transition up to the middle school and continue to do it. And that's year in and year out. They love being who they are and where they're from, and though they are small, they are mighty. They are mighty. They come out, they're hardcore, ready to go. And
Coalfield had 2 8th graders play tonight. So,
Yeah.
they get them the experience.
Exactly.
They push them. And same as Oliver Springs. They work hard.
And, Jett, you can't win a ball game without good coaches. I don't care how good you are. There's always a plethora of good coaches from Little League all the way up to the high school level, in my opinion, from those guys. So, like I said, I think it's really the community. It's who they are. They have a stamp on it, and you can take it back many, many, many years and see the records and who's been there, and they just continue that tradition. It's just family just coming up, continuing that tradition.
Yeah.
It's like when you went to Halls, there was no option. Mid-'90s, late 90s, early 2000s, there was no kid from Halls going anywhere else but Halls.
Right.
And then you start losing for 4 or 5 years, and all of a sudden everybody's got one foot out the door. Coalfield and Oliver Springs have been able to hold that together enough where the one foot out the door didn't last long.
Right.
And that would be my best way. And then say what you want to. There might be one trickle in here and trickle in there. It makes you a little bit better. And, then all of a sudden you got your football team.
Yeah, no doubt.
So, but I think football is a community sport of Oliver Springs. I think it's a community sport of Coalfield. I even said tonight to a guy, football now is the community sport of Grace, and everybody is excited at Grace because they're winning football games.
Yeah. Yeah.
You say what you want to. Oak Ridge back in the day when they had 100 people walk through them, it was, hey.
But like
it's
what you're saying to that, people, they have kids to be Wildcats back in the day, right? They don't care if they never played or how much they played. They knew their kids was going to be a Wildcat. And it has to do with tradition. It has to do with culture. And Oliver Springs and Coalfield has that tradition and culture being the biggest part of it, that they keep that transition year in and year out.
And what's the weirdest part of it is, I guess, is they're all from Morgan County. They're all from that area, and everybody from Oliver Springs is from that area in Roane County or the city.
Yeah.
You know, we share a city with a different county, but I mean.
And let's talk about the Tennessee Jays a little bit.
Yeah.
We went for many years to the Battle in Rocky Top, Joshua Jones Battle in Rocky Top, playing the best people around the nation.
Yeah.
And 80, 85, 90% of our team was from Oliver Springs.
Yeah.
They're coached well, and they
I'd
mean
keep your
well.
kids away from that then.
What'd he say?
I'd keep your kids away from that.
Hey, we won a national championship.
No, he's saying Josh Jones taking your kids.
Shots fired.
Hey, it goes back to culture. We never lost them. Every year we played, we never lost those kids. We played with the same group of kids. We got beat up a few years. The final year that we played, we won a national championship. We played the best. We played Baltimore. We played West Virginia. We played South Carolina, Ohio, Florida, you name it. But those group of kids learned how to play ball against the best kids.
Made
in the
them better.
nation. Yeah, absolutely. So, and like I said, it just goes back to culture. Culture being a big word. And I would never went to those Battle in Rocky Tops without those Olive Spring kids. I never would have did it.
And just on the other side of the hill, and I'm not taking away from the Jays, but just on the other side of the hill in Cofield, you had Tri-County Crush.
Absolutely.
And they played like that together every year.
Yeah.
Going to the Battle Rocky Top, going to Choo Choo
won
Bowl. Yeah.
Tri-County Crush
Yeah.
won a championship at 1 year. So, yeah, until we crushed them. I ain't heard of the Crush.
There you have it. You've heard from two.
That's a good history lesson. So
That's
culture and make sure no bearded coaches are around.
Didn't we just dismantle the Goon Squad?
Yes, we did. Yes, we did.
Hey, buddy, have a good one. I guess we'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, man. Thanks.
All right, take care. Thanks for calling. Go ahead, caller. You're on the air.
Mr. Cox, this is Coach Frost from Grace Christian Academy.
How about a postseason win for the Rams?
Man, special night over here tonight. I know it's been a few years since they've won, but just obviously just to be hosting a game and then to win it, and then the type of game it was a great one to be a part of, and especially when you come out on the winning side.
Absolutely.
Congratulations, Coach.
Yeah, congratulations.
Got that shirt on tonight.
I got BBB Communications on tonight, Coach.
He had to make his sponsors happy. Hey, we've talked a little bit about the first half of your game, and you've probably not watched any of the show because you've been over there shaking hands and kissing babies. But what went on there at halftime? What was said? What did you feel like about your team from the first half to the second half?
Well, I just felt like in the first half, we missed some tackles, and offensively, I felt like we just didn't finish some drives. We had some uncharacteristic plays. I mean, I know we had 14 points and it was tied, but we had an opportunity to go up 14-0 early, and I think against that top style of offense you're playing, if you can get 2 scores on them, it just forces them to maybe get a little uncomfortable. And I kind of talked to Weston Epson. He's our leader. One of the best quarterbacks in the state, leading the state in passing most of the year. And just showed him, like I was showing him a play, like, man, you've made this play all year. Let's just go do it. And so we didn't change a lot. I think it was just more of a mindset. Just remind them, hey, this is where we're at. This is who we are. Let's go do it get it done the next half. And it still wasn't as pretty in the second half at times, but the way we played in the fourth quarter defensively and then offensively, just the way that Weston created, he had some big runs. Obviously, Teron Thomas played great again. Perky came back from some after missing a few games and had a big catch for us. So it was just a good night for us in that second half.
Yeah, you sound politically correct. I said where our rear end was a little tight in the first half.
I was going to say for you.
I think West was putting a little pressure on himself.
There you go.
I think it was just, I understand it. You're a senior. It's his first time doing it, but also, hey, if you don't win tonight, it's over. He I don't know if that was his. He didn't tell me that, but sometimes that's a lot of pressure for him. We run a lot through Weston, but just the way he played in the second half, he had 2 rushing touchdowns, had 1 quarterback sweep. I forget how many yards, 30 or 40 yards, whatever it was. But Weston, he's about a 4.7 40 when he gets going, and man, that was a great. He played unbelievable in the second half for us.
Wow, 4.7 40, 6.7. He's about 6'7", ain't he?
Yeah. But I'll say this. I thought his legs kind of helped him get going a little bit. But, you're playing a football game. Literally, you have no kids there playing a playoff game.
Yeah.
And I thought
that's huge for them.
It's not new to Grace Christian in general, but it is new to this program and the kids that we currently have. So, I think there's just a different feel. North Point, I know probably a lot of people don't know much about them. I think their coach said they had like 20-something seniors, maybe 25. They won a playoff game last year. So, they're a solid program. I mean, they're right there across the state line of Mississippi and played some Mississippi schools this year. So they were battle tested, and man, they got some good running backs, good offensive line, and run a unique offense that can present some troubles. But we won tonight. It was a close game, but man, we also beat a really good football team.
Yeah, absolutely. They were big up front. That little running back was quick. He was shifty.
Fast.
Yeah, he was shifty. Well, congratulations, big win. So, obviously, you go to CPA next week. Are they the defending state champs, or is Boyd?
They are. Yeah,
they are.
I think CPA. I don't know. I think they've been to like the last, I want to say 6 state championship games, and in this classification. So obviously, there's a standard for us where we're at as a program. Now they're moving up to AAA next year, private schools. So it's kind of their last year in this classification. But it's you're going to have to run into CPA at some point if you're going to make a run in the playoffs. So, in private school, it's already next round's the quarterfinals. So it's already down to the final 8. And, we're here. We're in the conversation. And obviously we'll got a huge challenge, and we'll look at them. And we've seen a little bit of them, but we'll kind of see what CPA is and if there's any weaknesses we can find to try to tackle.
Absolutely. Well, send them to the big classification early next week.
I tell CPA, you're the next contestant on The Price is Right. Come on down.
Come on down. Well, man, I appreciate you guys having us on.
All right. Hey, yes, sir. It's been a fun year, and good luck next week and safe travels tomorrow.
All right. Go Rams.
There you go. You have it.
So I got a little update here. It says that Chattanooga Prep beat Gordonsville 25-7. Clay County beat Sale Creek 28-7. So that's a sweep.
Yep.
That's another sweep out of that.
Wow.
South Pittsburgh's region down there.
Wow.
Do we have a caller on the line? Hold on. Okay. So overall, not a ton of upsets tonight. I think week 1 of the playoffs is about like fall break week. Coach, sorry about that earlier. Jesse said he pays more bills than you do for 5 stars. I don't know what he meant by that. Hey, Coach, congratulations, man. I'm sure you're excited and hoarse and everything else. Talk a little bit about your team.
Hey, you would think head coaches would get a free subscription to 5-Star Prep, wouldn't you?
Hey, I'll get you one tonight when we hang up. How's that sound?
Don't trust them, Coach.
We're the ones providing the content, right?
That's it. Hey, you are. At the end of the day, you are, sir. I appreciate you calling me out on my own show, though. Hey,
it was a wild one out in the old Lake North City here. It was, honestly, if we'd quit shooting ourselves in the foot, probably wouldn't have went to overtime. But real proud of our kids' resiliency, and triple overtime is always exciting. When you come out on top, it's even better.
Yeah, absolutely. We just got off the phone with Coach Price a second ago. You talk a little bit. When's the last time Lenore City won a playoff game? Has it been a while?
No, they actually won one last year.
Last year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they beat Ray County in the first round last year.
That is right. I remember that now. Yep. That's right. Yeah, he was just talking about the mindset of winning a postseason game for kids that are not familiar in programs that are not familiar doing that. And, he said it's the first time he's had a kid playing a playoff game. So, you've got state championship experience. So I'm sure that was a fun win for the community.
Yeah, it was. Our kids, these seniors here have been through so much. They've been through really with an interim, if you consider last year Coach Zeller being an interim coach, technically they've had 4 head coaches in 4 years.
Wow.
And, these seniors have stayed with the program and have been super resilient, and all, in their time here. And instead of leaving, they stayed the course. So they're a really good group. And, their leadership kind of led us, and I, people are wanting me to go for 2, and go for the win. And trust me, I wanted to too, but I felt like, our defense has gotten a stop all year in goal line type situations. And, we were running the ball successfully, so, we just decided to keep kicking the extra points, and sure enough, at the end, we got to stop by our defense.
Yeah, it's sometimes you just got to go with your gut, and then all of a sudden, makes you feel good when your gut was right.
Yeah, absolutely. If we came out on the short end, of course, there'd be a whole lot of second guessing there.
Oh gosh, yeah, that is. So next week, Coach, good luck to you. We'll be following along. I know you've got East Hamilton.
That's correct.
And you'll be going to East Hamilton, so best of luck to you there. Jesse said earlier, he thinks Lenore City's got as good a chance to come out to that semifinal side from down there as anybody.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
I think so. It's pretty wide open. The bad news is we might have lost our quarterback tonight. That's kind of a bummer, but I don't know. Maybe we'll be surprised by good news tomorrow.
Yeah, absolutely. I will be hoping for good news. So, that's tough. That's tough for the program, the kid, and everybody else. Man.
Yeah. I appreciate you guys, though, a lot. Obviously, 5-Star Preps is a big part of, football in East Tennessee. And, really, really good to be a part of it.
Coach, we always appreciate you, and thanks for calling, and best of luck next week.
All right, thank you.
All right, thank you, Scott.
Hey, tell Jesse to quit, keep picking against us.
I will. He texted me, he said, tell Coach I'm sorry, I got to talking. I said, well, you actually called me 10 minutes late, and he called me on time. So, all right, buddy, thank you much.
All right, thank you.
All right, see you.
I do want to fix one thing. Clay County, they didn't sweep. Clay County's from the upper region.
Okay.
Yeah.
Coach Stanton Stevens just texted me, and he said he would call in, but he's still on the road.
I'm sure. That's a long haul.
Right. Still on the road.
Yeah.
So shout out to Austin East out there.
That'll be good.
In tonight.
That'll be good. Well, we've got Coach Cummings there. That's a good win. We've got to talk to Jesse. We'll take a quick commercial break. Refuel here on the free medical clinic Friday night scoreboard. We'll be right back.
Attorney means more than practicing just law. It means pulling alongside my clients and being their partner. It means keeping my clients informed through the legal process, which can be overwhelming. At OAB Law, we stand with you because communication is key.
1952. That's the year Hammers opened the first store in East Tennessee. Now there are 5 stores, and there's always something new. Like in Hammers' popular ladies' boutique department, you'll find the lowest price possible on new arrivals every week. Find similar deals in the men's department and the expanded rug department. Plus, special purchases always offer surprise savings. You never know what you'll find next at Hammers.
What is strength when you're battling cancer? Is it a shoulder to lean on? A voice of hope? Is it confidence in the most available care options? Or is it unmatched expertise answering your hardest questions? Giving you the courage to move forward. At Covenant Health, we think it means all of this and more. For you. Let our strength be yours.
At Ferris, we want you to get the most out of your time and end each day feeling good. That's That's why we pioneered exclusive lawnmower suspension technology, allowing for full-speed mowing, even over the roughest terrain. Grow your business by getting more done in less time with Ferris. Ferris. Work hard, feel good. Found exclusively at independent Ferris dealers.
I wanted to continue my education after high school, but my family and I didn't think we could afford it. Then I found out that Roane State has the options to make college possible. Now I'm pursuing my dreams and will make my family and community proud.
One in 7 people will need a blood transfusion during their life. That's 1 person every 2 seconds receiving a life-saving product. At Medic Regional Blood Center, we are the primary blood provider for 25 hospitals in 23 East Tennessee and southeastern Kentucky counties. Started in 1958, Medic has been serving Knoxville and the surrounding areas for 66 years. For 1 hour of your time, you can save a life. Visit medicblood.org for more information on blood donation.
Evans Mortuary has been serving the needs of families in and around Roane County since 1976. As established members of our hometown community, we understand the security of dealing with people you know you can trust. We build our reputation on this trust. The Evans family appreciates the confidence the community has expressed in us over the years and will constantly strive to earn that favor. Evans Mortuary, 805 North Gateway.
Kathy May Martin has been making real estate dreams a reality for over 3 decades. Buying or selling real estate is one of the most important decisions you'll ever make. Choosing the right realtor is next. Thinking of buying or selling? Call Kathy May Martin at Coldwell Banker Jim Henry & Associates for all your real estate needs. Rest assured, with Kathy's knowledge and experience, you will be on the winning team.
Get ready for the ultimate celebration at the Free Medical Clinic of Oak Ridge, New Year's Eve 2025 countdown. First ever ice skating rink. Live bands rocking the stage. On December 31st at AK Bissell Park, Oak Ridge. Food trucks. This is free to the public because of our amazing event sponsors. Bring your lawn chairs. Ring in the new year with your family and friends. Enjoy spectacular fireworks show that will light up the sky. Don't miss the grand finale, the epic T-Cat Harriman, one-of-a-kind atomic ball drop at midnight. For more information, go to fmcor.org.
And we are back here on the Friday night scoreboard, the Free Medical Clinic Friday night scoreboard. Coach Ring, you're on the air. Congratulations on a postseason win.
Oh, thank y'all. Yeah, it was kind of a slobber knocker type game in Blankenship tonight. 7-6 final. Don't see many of those in this day and age. But both teams kind of brought the wood, and you know, we had opportunities in the first half to score multiple points and just couldn't do it. And they kind of had multiple opportunities in the second half and score points and couldn't do it. Then we scored on a pass play to Blaine Stansbury to Million Porter. They scored on a pass play. We were able to they had an issue on a snap, stop the extra point, and then we recovered the onside kick and ran the clock out. So it was you know, if you like defensive football, you liked Oak Ridge and Ray County tonight.
Survive in advance, huh?
Absolutely. That's kind of, I mean, and you know, you get in this round, I mean, playoffs, it's all about finding a way to have one more point than your opponent. So win pretty, win ugly, a win's a win's a win.
Absolutely. So next week, me and County, what'd you learn from your game against them the first time?
Well, it's going to be entirely different, guys. I mean, we, you know, in that first game, their starting quarterback got a bad illness and was not able to make the trip to Oak Ridge. And they had to put a kid in that hadn't played much all year, and we were able to kind of big play them a little bit. And, you know, right now in our current state, we've lost a little bit of that. So, you know, I expect it to be a really, really good football game. I think they've gotten a lot better as the season gone on, and you know, we're still kind of finding our identity a little bit. But the good news about that game early on, you know, our defense played well, and we expect our defense to play well next week. We got a lot of guys playing good football on that side of the ball. And offensively, if we can kind of just capitalize a little bit on the opportunities that we do have, feel like it'll be a good football game.
And you might not be able to disclose this, but injury, I hate we have to ask about an injury report, but injury report, is there anybody you could possibly have this coming Friday that you didn't have tonight?
Well, I mean, potentially Rush Douglas. He's played some running back and some stuff for us on offense this year. Some of the ones that are the kind of some of the marquee names that have been out, like the Jarrell Jimersons and Will Presley's, probably not. Malik Howard, Justice West, some of those guys that, played for us on the offensive side of the ball, primarily early on, probably, still recovering from some stuff, probably not quite yet. So hopefully we, obviously leaving the game, some of the guys were, you play a slobber knocker game like that, kind of get bumps and bruises, but hopefully didn't lose anybody, long term tonight, and maybe get a couple back. For McMinn. So, Wayne Gibson's one, maybe potentially could be back. He has mono, which obviously is not. Wayne's doing fine though, but maybe a test comes back negative this week. So, we're just trying to piece it together, and whatever guys we have available, we know they're going to give it their all for Oak Ridge football. And you're in the playoffs, the second round. I'm sure McMinn County's kind of beat up a little bit too. You never know, but. We just got to come out next week and play some ball.
Coach, we've had some questions and some texts and some calls. When you're this beat up and this late in the season, is there any advantage or disadvantage to trying to play a Thursday night playoff game as Bearden and Jefferson County did last night?
I think there is, because I think the guys that played football, I think, the extra day, you're just kind of, I know for us on Thursday, we're just kind of going through stuff, last-minute reminders. I think that I don't think it really matters, to be honest with you. I think at this point of the season, I mean, the both teams have played so much football that Thursday, Friday, whatever. But I don't think that's going to be the case in our case. I think it's going to be a Friday game. But,
Gotcha.
That's both teams would have to agree to that. Maybe, another team didn't agree to it.
Gotcha. The other side of that we were talking about, if you're Dobbins Bennett tonight, you're not happy that Bearden had an extra day rest.
Yeah, I think I'm sure, there's two sides of it. I think there's an argument for it, an argument against it. My personal opinion is I've always liked the Thursday game myself later on in the season, because I feel like everybody's just ready to play. I think when you deal with teenagers, I think the rest piece of it sometimes may get blown out of proportion a little bit. Obviously it's a different mindset, college, NFL, whatever. But, I think, just my personal opinion, I think when you're this late in the season, the guys kind of know how to play football. They kind of know what it's like to play in a football game. But, I'm sure Dobbins Bennett's probably like, oh, well, Bearden's got whatever. But, I mean, when it comes down to it, both teams got to play. I mean, second round of the playoffs, 5A, 6A level, you're going to have good teams left. So, you just got to, play when they tell you to play and be ready to play when your name and number's called.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Coach, congratulations on a win tonight, and good luck next week against McMinn, and that will be at Blankenship. So good luck.
Yeah, Blankenship, 7 o'clock Friday night. Hopefully we had a great crowd tonight, and hopefully we have another great crowd next Friday for round 2.
That's right. Get out and support the Wildcats. Thank you, buddy.
Hey, see y'all.
Yes, sir.
Coach. Roll, Wildcats, roll.
There we go, DJ. You got it. Nail on the head right there, RWR.
All right. And that's a different perspective.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought football would be a little more on the side where, in basketball, you take every day you can get, especially with preparation on a scout.
Right.
No matter how long you've played, you're always preparing a scout.
Yeah.
So
I just got word. I didn't mean to cut you off. We're talking about Thursday games. Pecker got Cofield Harriman Thursday night.
See, if I'm Oliver Springs, I'm irate.
Yeah.
I mean, advantage Oliver Springs or advantage Cofield. Now they're going to get another day's rest. and they're going to come watch you play.
And they're going to get to come watch them play.
Yeah. So it'll help the Oliver Springs gate.
Yeah. We're going to charge them double.
Yeah. If you want your kids out at a football game, I don't know what kids do these days, but if you
they'll be there.
If you want to go do that,
they'll be there.
But at the end of the day,
they'll be at Cofield, right?
Yeah, it's at Cofield.
I'll be there.
Yeah,
I'll be there.
But like I said, at the end of the day, you want everything in preparation you could have, and to me, like with basketball, you got 3 days off late in that season. You're literally prepping and watching the film and doing everything you can to put that in.
Right.
You take every hour you can take, but like an AD said on a text, if the TLS Blake can tell me as an AD that I can only play a sub-state basketball game on a certain date, then why is that not the same thing for football? Because if it's the case, well, TLS Blake don't make any more money off of it, really. They don't. I mean, they don't make financially gain for TLS Blake. Actually, probably hurts them in the fact that they get 50% of that home gate, and there's less people showing up when it's on TV.
Well, I thought that Benson Napier tonight, the coach for Cofield, on the radio on his interview, made a good point about games like tonight where Jellicoe doesn't travel very well. Some of your Cofield folks stay at home because they know it's going to be a blowout. If you made, like he said, if he makes $4,000 at the gate, DSSAA automatically gets $2,000 of that. They do pay the referees, but then on top of that, out of what's left, he has to pay security. He has to pay the ambulance or whatever.
Right.
Still has to pay for the paint.
Right.
Still has to pay for, and so what did he really make out of that?
Right.
So maybe he's looking at him and Hammer wanting to play on that Thursday night. Now that's going to make that one check can make up that difference. You understand what I'm getting at?
Yeah.
So maybe that's the reason why he wants that game.
So do you really think because it's on TV, people stay home?
Tell me what the forecast is going to be Thursday night, and I'll let you know. If it's rain and cold, the Harriman people, I would say, being the underdog, is less likely to go to Cofield. The Cofield people that think, we always beat Harriman, will be less likely to go to the game. But
no,
I think
not from Cofield.
You don't think so?
No, culture. It's huge out there.
And
They're going to show up. So you got the people in the band, you got the cheerleaders, you got the football players, mama, daddy, auntie, uncle. They're going to come to those games.
And
right?
so is everybody else in the counties in the area. Oliver Springs is obviously probably going to be there.
They're going to come to those games. Because it's on TV, there's not going to change the gate. I don't believe that. I did at one point, but.
Oh, I can tell you a community that changes the gate in a second.
Who?
Fulton, Austin East.
Man, I went to the Fulton versus Gibbs game. First of all, Fulton didn't play great.
They played bad.
It was ridiculous. But second of all, there was 13 people in the stands on Fulton side.
Wow.
Why? TV. Halloween.
I give it Halloween.
No, but
because you wasn't there. I was looking for you.
Yeah, but when's Halloween?
It was on Thursday.
And it was on 31st.
31st, yeah.
So
yeah,
I mean, it affects it.
It did affect it.
And then you got spoiled. You got spoiled crowds. I mean, you got spoiled.
There was 13 people in the stands.
Yeah, it just spoils you.
I'm serious.
No,
dude.
But that's terrible.
On the Fulton side, there was 13 people in the stands.
How many players are on the team, man? You know what I'm saying?
Brad Jones, how many people was in the stands?
But
23 then.
But you follow me?
So they matched Clinton on the Oak Ridge game.
It was crazy. But on the other side, though.
Good turnout for Gibbs.
Just packed. No place to sit.
Yeah.
Where was the game at?
It was at Fulton.
Whoa.
The reason Fulton
on Broadway, baby.
The reason Fulton took the game is because TSSAA asked Fulton to play on a Thursday night. They asked Fulton to host a Thursday night game. They asked Farragut to host a Thursday night game, and they asked South Louisville to host a Thursday night game due to officials. The original Thursday night game was supposed to be Farragut. Farragut was like 0-4 playing Maryville that night. They asked Fulton, said, "Hey, we think this will be a better game. Would you take it?" They've not been over there since 2016 when they released the injury report they weren't supposed to release, or 2015 maybe. Haven't been over there since then. And basically, Fulton thought the way they could get any money out of that night was to take the $25 or the $2,000.
Well,
and it worked out for them.
It did. That worked out.
They played terrible.
They played terrible, but I don't think it was TV. I will give you Halloween. I won't say TV.
It's TV.
So, has Fulton played any other games that was on TV that the fans didn't show up?
Fulton has not had a TV game since 2015, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. No, they played Oak Ridge one year. They played Oak Ridge one year on a Thursday night. That was Halloween a while back. For a region championship.
Gotcha.
But that was not on TV. It was just Oak Ridge asked them Thursday night.
Okay.
I think it was on TV. I didn't think it was.
Wow. I don't think that it does affect it. I really don't. I think the people that's going to come watch them babies play is going to come. I think what TV does for all these programs, whether they're playing on Thursday, Friday, or have to play on a Saturday, I think it gives that program more exposure.
100% agree. 100% agree. And there's programs that need it, and there's programs that don't.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
100%. And I think it's cool that Oliver Springs Coalfield played on a Thursday night.
That small town.
In the day, I think it's awesome.
Yeah.
I think it's awesome. Maryville don't need to play a TV game. They need to play an ESPN game.
Yeah, they do.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? Alcoa, they don't need that. Where was the game at? There you go. They want exposure whenever they can get it. That's a recruiting tool. Go ahead, Cole. You're in the air.
Hey, guys. Coach Harper, how are y'all?
Mr. Biggs, Mr. Biggs.
Well,
they
Coach.
call him Mr. Biggs. What's up, Coach?
Not much, guys. How are you tonight?
Well, Coach, I normally say tell me something slick so I can slide. Tonight I'm going to say all gas, no brakes.
Absolutely. It's that time of year, man.
I love it. Tell us a little bit about that game. Who were some key contributors for you on offense?
Overall, it was just a really good offensive effort. I thought we was able to be a little bit more balanced tonight, maybe even pass first. I thought Lynn Bokey, our quarterback, did a good job of, getting it to our playmakers. I thought our receivers did a good job running routes and catching the ball whenever they was able to separate from the defensive backs. And, just Jaquan Benton, a big playmaker, Jackson Jett. You just got a lot of guys. Jordan Gray. I mean, we spread the ball around quite a bit. William Eddings had a touchdown catch. And, Mason Day back there making everyone miss. So, but it all starts up front with the big guys. So, I just it's hard to – we had a lot of people do a lot of good things tonight.
You got a couple of freshmen in the end zone too, didn't you, Coach?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I think we took it to number 13 or 14. I think that's 14 kids that scored a touchdown this year for us. So I think that's a really good stat. I like to look at those stats.
Yeah.
Not maybe one player getting all the touchdowns, but a bunch of kids on the team that show up and work hard every day get rewarded. So that's one thing I try to do in this program.
Well, Coach, we've been talking about Thursday night games a lot here. What is your feelings about Thursday night games, and would you be willing to play Coalfield on a Thursday if you guys advance to the third round?
I'll say this. We've been talking about Thursday night playoff games.
Playoff games.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have any issue with it. I think that as a small school, we have a duty whenever we have those opportunities for our kids to get the publicity, we kind of have to. They don't offer that too much to smaller programs. So, like I said, I mean, you have to take it, and it's what we're in it for, as kids, and it brings out the best in them. So I don't have an issue with it. It's just one day difference, and you just got to turn your preparation a little bit, but. It's nothing different. Some programs have to play the state championship on a Saturday, instead of a Friday night, and that's the way it's laid out. So, I just think it's one of those that if I was offered that opportunity, I wouldn't turn it down.
See, I think, Coach, I agree with you in some aspects, but the game on Saturday for the state championship, both those teams played the Friday night before. So you're
I mean, they get one extra day.
Yeah.
But it's still out of routine.
Yeah, where if a team gets to play a Thursday night and then turn around and get to play another Thursday night, and you played Friday night and then you're playing Thursday night, there has to be a competitive advantage for a team who got an extra day rest and playing on a short week.
Yeah. I mean, yes. In that situation, yes. I mean, if they play Thursday back to back, then yes, there is an advantage. No doubt about that.
Yeah. You know, and you are in it for the kids, and we're all in it for the kids, but we're also in it to win, and whatever gives you the best opportunity to win is what you're looking for as you protect a program.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yes. I mean, like I said, in the maybe or whatever optional stuff, you'd have to wait until you're offered that chance and look at the the whole total scheme of things. But we played a Thursday night game a couple of weeks ago, and it was coming off bye week, so it really didn't change preparation that much. But if it was one of those situations where someone played on a Thursday and then we had to play next Friday and then turn around the next week, you have to look at everything from the grand total of things. But yeah, my program's number one. What puts my kids in the best position. Obviously.
Absolutely. What about Rockwood, Coach? I know that's obviously in county, and that's going to be exciting that you don't have to get in the bus and travel.
Right, I'm so glad for that.
Jett was needing a ride, by the way.
I was going to catch her on that bus.
Rockwood, man, well-coached football team, good physical football team. They get after you. We played them a little bit earlier this year. They gave us a little bit of problems early on. We couldn't get them stopped. They get that wing tee going, and they live in that 3 yards, 4 yards, and run the clock, and they try to ball control you. But, it's just overall they're well coached. They know what they're trying to accomplish. They had a situation where they went, all the way to their third-string quarterback in midseason, and I think now they're, back to a kid who started the last year or so for them, and they seem to have gotten things figured out. And everyone at this point, each week's about, it don't matter what your overall record is. You just got to win one game that Friday night. So we know that they'll come in ready to go. So we have to get ourselves ready to go.
Absolutely. Well, y'all have had a great season, and we think there's only one loss that's your all's fault. We blame the lights at Kingston on the show for the Jett still have nightmares about that light show.
Or get a BB gun out, shoot them things.
Yeah, I will say that after they played those, it was a different team.
Yeah, it was.
Great.
Yeah. Well, Coach, great year, and we've talked about the culture of your program on the show, and proud of everything you've done at Oliver Springs, and good luck against Rockwood, and best of luck the rest of the way, buddy.
I appreciate you guys.
Yes, sir.
All right, Coach.
Congrats, Coach.
Thank you.
That's who's this? Gotcha. I'll let y'all do. Coach Napier, thanks for calling. How are you?
Hey, how's it going?
What's up, Coach? How you doing tonight?
Buddy? Doing good.
Good. Congratulations on the win. We just talked to Coach Biggs, Coach Tyler Harper?
Yeah.
I call him Biggs out there at Oliver Springs. And the word of the day was all gas, no brakes.
It looked like that across our region tonight. It was a good night for Region 2.
Yeah. Absolutely. Big things going on for your program, Coach. Tell us a little bit about how the game went and who were some key contributors that probably got to play tonight that normally don't play a lot of time.
We started fast. I think they turned the ball over on 4 of their first 6 plays. We had short fields, punched it in. I think 4 of our first 5 plays was touchdowns. So jumped on them early, was able to get our young kids a lot of reps. James Belize had a really good night offensively for us. He's a sophomore. Doesn't get to play a lot. He's got a bright future ahead of him. He had a pretty good night. Jack Treese threw the ball really well. Jackson McGee, another young kid we got playing cornerback, he had 2 picks tonight. So really good night for our young kids. Thought they gained a lot of valuable experience in the playoffs.
Coach, I heard earlier that y'all play some 8th graders. How many 8th graders y'all have playing in high school right now?
We had 3 move ups. Middle school basketball hurt us. So I think we had 13 on our middle school team. 1 goes to Petros. So we could have moved 12 up, but they had 3 games this week. They got 3 games next week. So only 3 of them were able to move up. We got 2 of them in the game. 1 of them missed practice one day this week, so he didn't get to get in tonight. But 2 of them did get to get in, and, it was a good experience for them getting to play some high school football.
Yeah, that's neat that you can do that. I know some schools have the opportunity, and as an 8th grader, you got to love being able to represent your community and get out there in the playoffs. That's neat y'all are able to do that.
Yeah, it's a really awesome thing. Perks of being a small school, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely.
Coach, we had somebody call in and they asked, how does the Coalfield program, Oliver Springs program, year after year, stay good and always mention, even though they're a 1A school? Could you give, I hope they're still watching, but could you give that answer for your community, your program, and how you guys consistently stay, as a name out there that's going to be a name to reckon with?
Well, it's one of those things, I think we, year after year, have success. It's a credit to our program, but it starts in the off season, kids busting their tails in the weight room. And what really helps, and down the road, they do things the same way, I'm sure. Coach Harper does a really good job. Kids are held to the same expectations, so it don't matter if you're a freshman or if you're a senior. You're expected to hold the standard of Coalfield football when you're on the field. And when you have that, year after year, you typically can, build each year, and kids get better, and they know what the standard, they know what the expectation is. And so when it's their time to shine, they're ready to go.
Gotcha. Thank you for that, Coach.
Yeah, and it's like you said, you miss practice, you're not going to play, so it's pretty simple. You learn that as an 8th grader. Next year, you ain't missing practice.
No, he won't miss another one.
Next week, he won't miss either. So, well, Coach, congratulations. I know you got Harriman, familiar opponent.
Thursday.
Is that going to be Thursday night?
That is going to be Thursday night. Just got the word about 10, 15 minutes ago. So
okay.
Just finished getting that stuff confirmed, and played them Thursday, played them in the regular season. Was a tight ball game for 3 quarters. Had a couple breaks go our way in the 4th, and we were able to put it away. But it's a very dangerous athletic football team that you got to show up ready to play, because if not, they can put some points up in a hurry.
So it's a possibility, Coach, you're going to play 2 back-to-back Thursday games in the playoffs.
I hope it's pretty high. Anytime we can get our kids on TV, I'm all about it. I think it's great for our program. This one's going to be great for Harriman's program. And, I think whoever's fortunate enough to win this game next Thursday, I think when they, meet up with the team right down the road from us, there's a very good chance that one's going to be on a Thursday as well. Whoever wins this one, that's going to be a very good football game the very next week in the quarterfinals. So it's one of those, I'd say chances are high. We're excited about it. Like I said, anytime we can get our kids on TV and get them promoted, we're going to be all about it.
And that's what Coach Big said, too. He said, he's all for it.
Yeah.
Because it promotes the small schools.
Absolutely.
He gets their kids out there and gets them on TV. That's the exact words he said.
Yeah, and Coach Ring didn't say those words, but he didn't care nothing about the Thursday game either.
Right.
Yeah, the preparation answer for him being that kind of shocks me.
Yeah.
As a basketball coach, I want every day I can have to rest my legs for my kids and and get more preparation for the opponent.
I heard you got the best basketball team out there in the nation.
That ain't true. we lost all of them. Hey, Coach, thanks for calling in. I love your dad. He's a great guy. I work with him quite a bit. And congratulations and good luck Thursday night against Harriman.
I appreciate it. Thank you all for having me on.
See you, Coach.
All right, we're not taking a break in a while. We'll take a break. We'll come back, talk a little bit of college football, and then we'll kind of go from there. Interesting talk.
We got an interview and a highlight to show.
So we'll open up when we come back out of the commercial with that.
Let's do it.
Sounds good. Good work, DJ. All right, we'll be right back.
Over 14,000 neighbors live in fear of becoming sick or injured and having to make a choice between putting food on the table or seeking medical care. The free medical clinic tries to take that fear away.
What do we help them with? We help them with diabetes, hypertension, any kind of medical need that they need that's necessary. And being in a community with the African American community lets them know that we're here.
To me, being an attorney means more than practicing just law. It means pulling alongside my clients and being their partner. It means keeping my clients informed through the legal process, which can be overwhelming. At OAB Law, we stand with you because communication is key.
1952. That's the year Hammers opened the first store in East Tennessee. Now there are 5 stores and there's always something new. Like in Hammers' popular ladies boutique department, you'll find the lowest price possible on new arrivals every week. Find similar deals in the men's department and the expanded rug department. Plus, special purchases always offer surprise savings. You never know what you'll find next at Hammers.
What does strength in numbers mean to you? At Covenant Health, it means we see nearly 2.2 million visits annually. It means our 13,000 dedicated experts are all working together for a common goal. With over 150 locations throughout East Tennessee, you'll always find an open door to care, because we are committed to being the first, best, and strongest choice for the one number who matters most. You. Covenant Health. Let our strength be yours.
At Ferris, we want you to get the most out of your time and end each day feeling good. That's why we pioneered exclusive lawnmower suspension technology, allowing for full-speed mowing, even over the roughest terrain. Grow your business by getting more done in less time with Ferris. Ferris. Work hard, feel good. Found exclusively at independent Ferris dealers.
I wanted to continue my education after high school, but my family and I didn't think we could afford it. Then I found out that Roane State has the options to make college possible. Now I'm pursuing my dreams and will make my family and community proud.
One in 7 people will need a blood transfusion during their life. That's 1 person every 2 seconds receiving a life-saving product. At Medic Regional Blood Center, we are the primary blood provider for 25 hospitals in 23 East Tennessee and southeastern Kentucky counties. Started in 1958, Medic has been serving Knoxville and the surrounding areas for 66 years. For 1 hour of your time, you can save a life. Visit medicblood.org for more information on blood donation.
Evans Mortuary has been serving the needs of families in and around Roane County since 1976. As established members of our hometown community, we understand the security of dealing with people you know you can trust. We build our reputation on this trust. The Evans family appreciates the confidence the community has expressed in us over the years and will constantly strive to earn that favor. Evans Mortuary, 805 North Gateway.
Kathy Mae Martin has been making real estate dreams a reality for over 3 decades. Buying or selling real estate is one of the most important decisions you'll ever make. Choosing the right realtor is next. Thinking of buying or selling? Call Kathy Mae Martin at Coldwell Banker Jim Henry & Associates for all your real estate needs. Rest assured, with Kathy's knowledge and experience, you will be on the winning team.
Get ready for the ultimate celebration at the Free Medical Clinic of Oak Ridge, New Year's Eve 2025 countdown. First ever ice skating rink. Live bands rocking the stage. On December 31st at AK Bissell Park, Oak Ridge. Food trucks. This is free to the public because of our amazing event sponsors. Bring your lawn chairs. Ring in the new year with your family and friends. Enjoy spectacular fireworks show that will light up the sky. Don't miss the grand finale, the epic T-Cat Harriman, one-of-a-kind atomic ball drop at midnight. For more information, go to fmcor.org.
Hey, oh my goodness. This is the interviews that I want to get right here. Porter and Porter. Yeah. How y'all doing?
We're doing swell.
Man, I'm great. So I'm going to start with the defense first. Yeah. 2 interceptions today.
Yes, sir.
You really help make sure the defense can get off the field and the offense and come back on the field. How's it feel to be out there, Tyree Porter, doing your thing on defense, collecting those interceptions, making those tackles?
It feels great. I just like to do what the team needs me to do every week, and I just keep working at it, and it's paid off. this week.
Absolutely. You're getting ready to move on to the second round of the playoffs. You're a junior this year. What is your plan to prepare for McMinn County coming up?
Watch a lot of film, practice real hard. That's all I got.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
Now you, Mr. Porter.
Yes, sir.
I call you Daylight.
Yeah.
People know you as the Million Porter. I know you as Daylight. Yeah. You put the team on your back today, sir. If it wasn't a run that was going to happen, it was a catch. How do you feel when you caught that ball over 3 men in your end zone for the touchdown?
I felt like that man. I ain't gonna lie.
What are you planning on doing to prepare yourself for next week?
There's a hard week of practice for real. That's it. Just countless days. Hard execution.
Yeah. Man, I heard you were sick all this week. Is that correct?
Yeah.
How you feeling right now?
Feeling great.
On your way to the playoffs, second round of the playoffs, that is McMinn County.
Yes,
you guys played them. You blew them out, but you blew them out with a healthy team. How do you feel like you're going to compare with those guys moving into the next week?
We should do the same thing for real. It's going to be a hard counting on the run game for real. That's it, though. We just got to hold them on defense, execute on offense, and we'll be all right.
That's what's up. For the boys.
Yes, sir.
You guys are amazing. Congratulations moving on to the second round of the playoffs. I'll be there.
Yes, sir.
Look at that. It was a good interview with those boys.
You did a nice job there, DJ.
I appreciate that.
That was good.
Porter boys, it was good. I was able to interview a few kids. Ethan Eubanks committed to UT Martin. Talked about Wayne Gibson. He's out. He may have mono. I got to interview him. Seen T-Ray, my son T-Ray Threet and LaDainian Pendergrass, Monte, Bishop, as well as Truck. I got to interview them. Interviewed some Wildcat cheerleaders. Got to interview them. So that was pretty cool. And I also went to the other side to Ray County and interviewed, like we talked about, the kid from Ray County, played with the Jays, Tyler Garrison. So it was good. So I think that's something that 5-Star Preps is going to hire me for.
That's right. We're in.
Let me ask you a question real quick. I just got it on my mind. How's Q doing?
Quavez.
Yeah, I think I heard his name mentioned last week or the week before. He done.
Quavez.
Or I seen it on Facebook. Or
he's he definitely leads the DBs in tackles.
Okay.
But he has a whole lot of tackles. He's playing cornerback. And he's doing great. Last week he had a pick 6.
Yeah, that's what I think. He
had a pick 6 last week, but man, he's Quavez. He's a tackler. Never thought I'd see him play cornerback.
Right.
And I actually got an interview with him as well after the game.
Okay.
He was the last one I got to interview. But he does great. He's still learning the cover. He's there with him all the time. He's a no-fly zone type of guy.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see how he's going to develop going into next year. I think he's going to be a key contributor as a defensive back for Oak Ridge next year.
He's a great kid too.
Yeah, Quavez.
I always, I just
call him Charlie.
Because I thought I'd heard about a pick. I knew he did something. I wasn't exactly sure what it was, and I didn't want to say it wrong. So that was good.
Yeah.
That's good to hear.
Speaking of pick 6, they picked on him all day today for some reason. They did, but he was there every play. He got the tackle. He didn't get any interceptions, but they picked on him all day. He held his own, so he did really well today. It was good to see 21 Pendergrass get out there.
Yeah,
he's on the other side of him, so that's pretty cool. So. But yeah, so 5-Star Preps is going to hire me to do sideline interviews. I'll be there.
We're in, Pops.
I got my mobile. I
like it. Came in, I felt like I was in the spotlight.
Short circuit.
Jett thought he was in the hot seat.
Yeah. I seen dude shining lights through the window. I was like, man, there's something going on out there.
That's what got me. I was sitting in your chair, and when the lights hit, I said, is that a car coming through the window?
They are very bright. They're studio bright, and I have a microphone that's attached to it, so good clarity on the microphone, and we can get a good picture of it as well on the video. So one more thing before we go to college football. There was Cofield Middle School playing for state championship, and they did a fake punt that I've never seen before. If we have that reel, can we show that highlight? Check this out. Check this out, Cox. You see that? Shut the front door.
No way.
Shut the front door.
Is this against Jacksboro?
This Birchfield.
Birchfield.
It's against Birchfield.
Can we rewind that?
I think they're going to replay it one more time. Check this out, and I think they're going to do it in slow motion.
And they were up 16-0. They said, take this.
Look at that. That's the Ted McKinney special, baby.
I know that's right.
Well, the good news is it looked like a semi-grown man was running a route against a fourth grader.
That's Cofield for you, baby.
That's middle school football.
That's
yeah,
Cofield for you, baby.
Football.
Yeah.
Look at dude. Wow.
Thank you guys for that. I appreciate that.
No,
that
that's
made
wild.
Extra Sports top 5 highlights this past Wednesday.
Then you sent that to Sports Center.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That was tagged in. I don't know if they ever used it, but
Brad,
Spank-
we had to play. What year was that? We had to play on Sports Center. Harriman, Kingston.
Yeah, that was Brad Frost was quarterback.
I don't know. I got a phone call an hour before kickoff saying I needed to come commentate the game. Ron Berry stood them up.
Oh, dang, really?
Yeah. Well, that's what they said. They probably. Harriman Kingston. I don't know. What year was it, though?
It was the year that you did the 5-star preps, the Carter at Anderson County the next night.
6 years ago.
Was it 18? I think it was 18.
6 years ago.
Yeah. That was when the first time Harriman had beat Kingston with it.
Yeah.
It was that was a last play.
It was an unbelievable play.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Herman did good things that year.
He was battered around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It should have been picked, but then it went right in his hands. Yeah. I do remember that. I worked with the quarterback that threw that.
How about that highlight, though?
Yeah,
That's
nice.
pretty sweet.
That was good, wasn't it?
Yeah. And I'm glad they get to go play on turf and enjoy that. That's pretty neat. I know Jacksboro played. I don't know if they won. I try to keep up as much as I can, but I don't know who they played.
They played Cherokee, they lost.
Cherokee, yeah, and then Wartburg finished second. I can't forget who they played.
Yeah, Cofield wound up winning.
Yeah, Cofield won theirs. Yeah, big.
Yeah, they did. Shout out to Cofield. See, like I told you, they got that class coming up next year.
Yeah.
Right? And some of those guys probably played tonight.
Yeah.
Out there in Jellicoe. Yeah, or at Cofield versus Jellicoe, so.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, guys, we're approaching 12 o'clock hour. We'll just real quick. We had some pretty close predictions last week on the Tennessee-Kentucky game. Nico looks like he's coming to his own a little bit.
Yeah.
But tomorrow,
we got to go the whole game. We can't be doing this. No, if we don't score points against Mississippi State in the first quarter, come on.
I'm not even going to talk about it. Only thing I'm going to talk about is the Summit blue that they're going to wear. I hope the swag don't affect their play.
So I think the players wanted to do dark mode again. Have you heard the interviews from Dylan Sampson and some of these guys? Like dark mode in Neyland Stadium brings a different vibe than anything they've ever experienced in their life.
Yeah.
And this is homecoming.
This is homecoming.
But didn't they already? Are they going to do that? Or?
No, they're doing the
Summit
tribute to Pat Summit.
Yeah, I thought so. It's homecoming, right?
The accents are light blue, but they were just saying there's nothing like a dark mode.
Yeah.
Over there. I mean,
but there ain't. I mean, that is.
I'll be the first to tell you.
nice.
I went last Saturday, and the atmosphere was just electric.
Yeah.
And then they come out and just play a horrendous first half of football on offense. I mean, and it has to bother Josh so bad because his defense is so good, and he loves the electric. I mean, he loves that. You can tell he loves the atmosphere of the night game, and all of a sudden he's like, my gosh, we can't get in the end zone.
Need some Rolaids in the first half.
But that second half, that offense played good. That 90-yard drive.
My poor son was just a few hours old listening to me rant about the Vols. So he was in the hospital watching the game.
Welcome.
Yeah.
The way they come out in the first half, I always take the other team on the spread. You know what I mean? I took Kentucky with 16.5 because I know we ain't gonna score till the second quarter, the third quarter.
Yeah, second half. Yeah.
Kentucky scoring there, that made me all right.
It's an SEC ball game, right?
Best conference.
And so it's gonna be a good game. Mississippi State's gonna come with their best game plan, and Tennessee's gonna have to play their best ball. Then go to Georgia.
Yeah. Well, I think you win this football game tomorrow. I'd say your playoff probability has to be higher than 75%.
I agree.
I'd say it has to be higher than 75%.
It went from 38 to 68 just after Alabama. So you got to think, it's getting up there.
Yeah.
I read a little bit this week about college football just to try to catch up after the first playoff rankings came out. I think the biggest thing that you get from the SEC homers, which, I think the SEC is the best,
yes,
is that no one can believe that Texas and Penn State is ranked above the Vols.
I won't say nothing about Texas, but Penn State.
Their best win is Illinois.
This is my biggest argument on why I think the SEC needs to add 16 teams and get out. I'm just telling you, get out of the NCAA because they always going to put Big Ten over us, and they play nobodies. I mean,
all year.
You could take
SEC
8 of the SEC teams, top 8 SEC teams, go up there, and it's over. Ohio State might slip up and beat one of them here and there, but I just think it's a different brand. It's almost like the AAA of the NFL.
I think the SEC guys
bring them home and let's just break off and let them have it.
Yeah.
They can play. They can get their little Rose Bowl.
Yeah.
And we get all the other bowls.
Right.
Where all the major bowls are down here.
Yeah.
SEC Championship, Dallas, Texas.
Yeah.
Every year. Just go ahead and set it.
I like
you know
that.
what I mean? Put 8 teams. I mean, I can go on. I've gone on for this for years. You've heard,
Yeah.
You put 8 teams in the north, south, east, west.
Mm-hmm.
Top 4 play all the way up to the SEC Championship game.
Yeah.
And all the little sugar bowls and orange bowls and Chick-fil-A bowls and all that be the playoff games. We'd get that. I mean, that money's coming.
And those bowls would follow the money.
Yes.
Exactly.
ESPN's going to follow the SEC. I mean, that's where it's at.
It's proven. ESPN and ABC said, I'm following you. I'll do whatever. I'll pay whatever I have to. CBS right now has to be absolutely kicking themselves in the rear end for losing the contract when this happened.
Yeah.
Was it one of the stipulations for Texas to come? They dropped the Bighorn Network.
Bighorn Network, probably.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. That's
and they felt like it was worth it.
Yeah.
Their own network.
Their own network.
And this is how bad the SEC wanted Texas and Oklahoma in, because they was going to pay $75 million apiece, something crazy.
Yeah.
We'll pay it.
Sounds crazy.
Come on.
That sounds crazy.
Yeah.
Not when your quarterback's getting $8 million, but come on.
Hey, it's a lot of revenue that comes in for football.
Yeah.
They're huge. But I'll say this. I think the SEC guys that were saying this had to be careful how they said it. They didn't want to throw Penn State under the bus and not Texas. They said, what's Texas' best win? Right. What's Penn State's best win? Well, Tennessee's best win is an Alabama team that ranked 13th. Show me someone else that has a better win than that. That's right. That's one loss.
Right.
So that's kind of, I think.
The only game Texas has played was Georgia, and they dismantled them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does Texas and Texas A&M play this year?
Last game of the season, I'm pretty sure.
That might be for a bowl. Well,
I got it on the board at work. That's the big game, but that was before Texas A&M.
Now, Texas A&M still has 2 losses, right?
See, that's what's bad about the SEC is that everybody's so good across the board, pretty much. I mean, Mississippi State played Texas A&M tight.
Yeah.
And scored some points on them. They're going to score some points.
Exactly.
They're going to beat each other out of it.
The only game I wish would have been a little different. I wish LSU would have beat USC early in the year.
Yes.
Because now people say, well, USC beat LSU, and
yes.
And Penn State beat
And USC's irrelevant, so that was their thing.
Yeah.
Penn State does look good, but it's just not SEC ball.
No, you give them anybody hand anybody in the nation Arkansas schedule, Florida schedule.
Yeah.
Look at Georgia. I mean, it's no brainer.
No brainer.
Yeah. Vanderbilt would go up there and be probably ranked 15th if they were in the Big Ten.
Yeah.
I just don't have no respect for them.
That's one of those teams like at Harriman I was talking about. You don't want to play Vanderbilt. That team is sneaky great.
I was talking to a guy tonight. He said, they're 2 more good players from being
they're sneaky
awesome.
Great. Yeah.
It's gonna be a dogfight down there in Nashville.
Yeah.
It is. You going?
I don't know. I'd like to. Taking the boys down to watch the Vikings and the Titans next weekend.
I'll pray for you.
No, I got my youngest boy is a huge Vikings fan.
Okay, I was going to say, I hope you're going for the Vikings.
Yeah. Jefferson.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't like them I don't like them as the Titans. I don't like them as the Oilers.
Well,
I
got two favorite
That's the reason why.
NFL teams, and it's the Tennessee Titans. Pray for me, and whoever's playing the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Oh man.
And we're fixing to see who the real good quarterback in Dallas is.
Did they move that?
Is Cooper? No, he's hurt. Hey, Cooper is 5-1 as a starter.
5-1.
I didn't know Dak was hurt.
Nothing against Dallas, buddy, but Dak is whack. I don't get him on out there.
No, Dak, yeah. But I'll tell you, I think what happens.
You know who's whack is Jerry Jones. Yeah. Why you don't pay Derrick Henry to be a Cowboy right now?
Well, I'll tell you who's getting the best money out of Derrick Henry right now.
Right.
Ravens are good. I think we're going to watch them. I think I'm taking them in about, I think it's 3 weeks or something. I'm going to take them and we're going to go watch the Ravens play. I got a buddy that coaches up there, and we're going to go watch the Ravens play.
That'll be awesome.
Yeah, I want my boys to see Lamar Jackson in person before, my buddy takes a new job, or you never know. I just think Lamar Jackson's having an unbelievable year.
Yeah.
10-1 against the Bengals, all time.
Joe Burrow's having an MVP year.
Yeah, that was a ball game.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
It's awesome. Well, guys, good luck to Oak Ridge.
Thank you, sir.
Good luck to Oliver Springs. I know we've talked a lot about other things, but I think, seeing these kids have postseason success, we open the show with that. That's what it's all about. It's fun to win the regular season. It's fun to be on TV. At the end of the day, what they remember the most is these postseason wins.
Yeah.
You clock in at Chattanooga, you do all you need to do to help your program.
Absolutely.
So, you play in the semifinals. You beat Cofield at home. Clinton beat Oak Ridge. That's stuff they don't ever forget.
Right. That's right.
Yeah, it's stuff they don't ever forget.
That's
so,
right.
Congratulations to everyone who won this week. Good luck to everyone next week. Brad, are we good for next Friday night?
Yes.
Okay. Elizabethan at Anderson County. We can announce that now.
Yes, it's official. OEB Law Game of the Week on BBB TV, Xfinity Channel 1086. You got Elizabethan at Anderson County. That's going to be November 13, 2024 on BBB TV live at 6:30. Kickoff at 7 o'clock. Make sure you guys get to the gate, but for those who can't make it, you can catch it on BBB TV, and it will replay Saturday, Monday, and Tuesday on Xfinity Channel 1086.
I can promise you this. Anderson County's not going to have no problems having people in the stands.
No.
Culture, baby.
Elizabethan had a terrible crowd tonight at Elizabethan, by the way.
Wow.
Culture.
Yeah,
so they ain't going to travel well, are they?
They had a wreck.
Oh, Graffiti's wrong. Sorry about that. It's not November the 13th. It is November the 15th. 2024. So that game
Heck,
is
we're getting so excited. We're going to start playing games on Wednesday night. Just play every day of the week.
It is on the 15th. Sorry about that. But, guys, you can catch it on Facebook. You also can catch it on YouTube. If you have a Roku or a Fire Stick, you can download the app Boxcast. Look up BBB Communications, and you can find the game there as well.
Hey, Brad, are we thinking next week for the Scoreboard show and the following week? Is that what we're looking at?
Probably we'll finish the week after.
Okay.
So we got 2 weeks?
I think we got 2 more shows.
2 weeks?
2 more shows, yeah. If Oliver Springs Cofield plays on Thursday night, we might not need to do a show. I mean, Ayers can be about the only team, maybe Oak Ridge, playing in our area.
Right.
So we'll definitely be back next Friday night here on the Free Medical Clinic Friday Night Scoreboard. It's been a great year. Congratulations to everyone who won a postseason game. Good luck next week, and we're out of here. Go Vols.
To me, being an attorney means more than practicing just law. It means pulling alongside my clients and being their partner. It means keeping my clients informed through the legal process, which can be overwhelming. At OEB Law, we stand with you because communication is key.
Over 14,000 neighbors live in fear of becoming sick or injured and having to make a choice between putting food on the table or seeking medical care. The free medical clinic tries to take that fear away.
What do we help them with? We help them with diabetes, hypertension, any kind of medical need that they need that's necessary. And being in a community with the African American community lets them know that we're here.
At Ferris, we want you to get the most out of your time and end each day feeling good. That's why we pioneered exclusive lawnmower suspension technology, allowing for full-speed mowing, even over the roughest terrain. Grow your business by getting more done in less time with Ferris. Ferris. Work hard, feel good. Found exclusively at independent Ferris dealers.
1952. That's the year Hammers opened the first store in East Tennessee. Now there are 5 stores, and there's always something new. Like in Hammers' popular ladies' boutique department, you'll find the lowest price possible on new arrivals every week. Find similar deals in the men's department and the expanded rug department. Plus, special purchases always offer surprise savings. You never know what you'll find next at Hammers.
What is strength when you're battling cancer? Is it a shoulder to lean on? A voice of hope? Is it confidence in the most available care options? Or is it unmatched expertise answering your hardest questions? Giving you the courage to move forward. At Covenant Health, we think it means all of this and more. For you. Let our strength be yours.
I wanted to continue my education after high school, but my family and I didn't think we could afford it. Then I found out that Roane State has the options to make college possible. Now I'm pursuing my dreams and will make my family and community proud.
With the same hope you had before the week started. And if you're sad this week, just know that the clock will tick regardless. The seconds, minutes, and hours continue, and the sun breaches the horizon as the Earth continues its annual travel and rotation. Nothing actually stops, even though sometimes it feels like it. You have lots of time to see brighter spirits. And if you're rejoicing in victory, just know you're on the same Earth, which means the same concept applies to you. Take your moment to rejoice, but then realize it's just a small victory now, and ultimately there's so much more work to be done for the bigger victories. To both groups, I say you aren't the first to feel those strong emotions, and you won't be the last. Embrace it, remember it, realize that no matter what you feel, it's all part of the experience. What can I say? The TSSAA high school football playoffs are just that meaningful.
Absolutely.
What else could possibly make this such an important week in America? Oh, gosh, I just realized I probably should have saved those words until after the game. Well, it'll be streaming on YouTube, Facebook for years to come or whatever. So tonight, the two teams in our game vying for the opportunity to keep the fight going at least one more week are Gatlinburg, Pittman, and Kingston. And we're here in Kingston to bring it to you. So who will rejoice in victory and who will feel the sadness as the season comes to a close? We'll find out soon on the OEB Law Game of the Week. Day or night, 24/7, someone will be there to answer and give you a free consultation and get to work on your case immediately. Call 865-546-1111 or visit Visit the website full of helpful information, wreckintoacheck.com. That's OEB Law. I'm Aaron Harvey, alongside a man who loves football so much he's working overtime for it, Coach Dan Shoemaker. Coach, one and only team is going to win 5 games in a row and win a championship, and everyone left behind is going to move on to whatever comes next. It's an intense time for everyone.
Yes, it really is. Aaron, when I was a kid, ABC had a sports show that would come on Saturdays, and it was called the Wide World of Sports. They would show popular sports like auto racing or Olympic sports or obscure sports like the bouncer competition that Mr. T won, arm wrestling, or even barrel jumping. The intro to that show would have an announcer who would talk about the competition, and he would use a line that said, "The thrill of victory or the agony of defeat. Tonight, we will whittle down these playoff teams by half. One will know that thrill of victory. They'll move on to next week's competition, and the other will know the agony of defeat."
That's Dan Shoemaker. I'm Aaron Harvey. The first round of the TSSAA High School Football Playoffs is upon us. We'll tell you more about it and preview our game tonight between Gatlinburg, Pittman, and Kingston a little bit later on your OAB Law Game of the Week.
Hi, I'm Tim Elrod. Over the years, you've heard us at OEB Law say, let us turn your wreck into a check. We still do that for many families, but I want to take the time to go beyond the slogan. I think I've learned over the years, and more every day, that the most important thing for an attorney to understand is the value of being a partner to you. When you and your family call an attorney, you're calling because you need some help. You need someone to pull alongside you and stand with you. We understand the process of the legal system. You probably don't. So it's our responsibility to keep you informed about every step of the process. You're going to have questions about what's going on. What's next? What do I need to know? Our responsibility is to guide you through the process with the information that you need, the answers to your questions, and the assurance that we have your back at OEB Law. You have my word. We stand with you because communication is key.
1952. That's the year Hammers opened the first store in East Tennessee. Now there are 5 stores, and there's always something new. Like in Hammers' popular ladies' boutique department, you'll find the lowest price possible on new arrivals every week. Find similar deals in the men's department and the expanded rug department. Plus, special purchases always offer surprise savings. You never know what you'll find next at Hammers.
When the lights turn on and the game begins, you need a team you can rely on. Ray Varner Ford and Clinton's strong lineup of vehicles is crafted with the same dedication and hard work that drives our community. Step up your game in this 2024 F-150 4x4 Super Crew STX, $46,994. 24 Ford Expedition XLT, $59,978. 24 F-250 Crew Cab 4x4 STX, $57,888. Local you trust, performance you can afford. Ray Varner Ford, built for the game.
Hey, Dad, brought you some popcorn. You should relax. You've worked so hard for us.
What happened?
It's a little fender bender, but Mom already filed a claim with our agent, and we can track the status right from the app. Auto owners pays what they owe without any hassle.
Sounds like simple human sense. Well played.
For all your insurance needs, life, home, car, or business, contact Griffin Insurance.
Kathy May Martin has been making real estate dreams a reality for over 3 decades. Buying or selling real estate is one of the most important decisions you'll ever make. Choosing the right realtor is next. Thinking of buying or selling? Call Kathy May Martin at Coldwell Banker Jim Henry & Associates for all your real estate needs. Rest assured, with Kathy's knowledge and experience, you will be on the winning team.
Welcome back to your playoff edition of the OAB Law Game of the Week. We're in Kingston, where Gatlinburg Pittman makes the long trip as the 3 seed to take on the 2nd-seeded Yellow Jackets. A different 2 or 3 seed game took place last night. In fact, it was one of 4 of the only football games that were in attendance, as you see on your camera there. That is Naomi, Brad Jones's daughter, who is assuming camera duties tonight for her brother, Trevor.
And doing an outstanding job, I just want to say.
Yeah, just a high schooler, so I don't know. This might be a future gig for her. We'll see. But anyway, so one of 4 games that took place last night, Bearden at Jefferson County. The Bulldogs blew the doors off of the Patriots. The final score in that one was 49-14, so Bearden moves on, and they'll face the winner tonight of Dobbins-Bennett and Farragut. So taking a look at the rest of that 6A bracket, even though Maryville lost to Alcoa, I still think this is a Maryville team that can threaten to win a state title, and I fully expect the Rebels to be at least in the semifinals. They got to beat William Blount tonight first, though. Science Hill Cleveland will be an interesting matchup. I think Science Hill at home is probably the better team, but the Blue Raiders are capable of getting to the second round. Farragut started off the season in such a rough way, losing the first 5 games in Coach Jeff Courtney's inaugural season. But look out, because the Admirals have gone 4-1 since then, and with the lone loss coming to Maryville, and that final score was 28-21. The task is tall tonight, traveling to Dobbins-Bennett, but man, what a story it would be if Farragut won that matchup, setting up a rematch in the second round with their fiercest rival, Bearden.
Yeah, you know, the Farragut turnaround has been the biggest surprise for me, I think, in this whole region. They've figured some things out over there. But beating DB tonight is going to be a tall order.
It will be, but that is a possible. Honestly, you look at the record there, Farragut just 4-6. I think that's a possible upset of an 8-2 team.
I really do,
with
too.
the way Farragut's playing. So that would be a huge story, a 4 seed defeating that 1 seed to move on to play against, like I said, the fiercest rival, Bearden. That would be something. Looking at the 5A bracket, and I'm excited for this bracket, not only tonight, but moving forward. Sevier County undefeated, taking on Knox Central. I think the Bears beat the Bobcats in that one, which could potentially set up a second-round game with Powell if the Panthers can get by Tennessee High. Halls has had a great season. 2 of the 3 losses for the Red Devils have come against 2 other teams in this bracket, Powell and West. But tonight they take on a different West, Morristown West. Could be a great opportunity for a road playoff win. West has Davy Crockett at home. I'll be honest, I think there are 3 teams on this side of the bracket that could win a state title. But to do that, those 3 teams have to cannibalize each other first. It'll be interesting to see going forward.
Yeah, I think it is. I think the 5A bracket on this side of the state is really balanced with a lot of talent on several of those teams. The worry you have to think about is who's on the other side of the state in regions 5 through 8, and who will you match up with in the finals. It's a little early to look at something like that, obviously, but I think any of those 3 teams you were talking about have a shot legitimately at playing in Chattanooga for that final.
For sure. Moving on to 4A. Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. I forgot about this side of the 5A bracket. It's funny because I told Brad, I was like, hey, we're going to need the brackets in the graphics. I was like, we're only going to need the top half. And then I sent him a message like, oh, wait, shoot, I forgot. We're also going to need the bottom half of the bracket with Oak Ridge, because Oak Ridge and Clinton are in here, also Lenoir City. So Oak Ridge coming in is that 1 seed from Region 1. They've got to take on Ray County. Ray County sitting at 5-4. That's going to be a tough opponent for the Wildcats. If they can get through that, they will play the winner of McMinn County and Clinton. Now think about this. Clinton is 3-7. I would say they've probably gotten better as the season's gone on in the first year with their new head coach there. If Clinton were to win that, Oak Ridge wins that, that sets up a rematch from the second round game last year in which Clinton defeated Oak Ridge on their way to a quarterfinals appearance. Looking further down that bracket, you got Walker Valley versus Lenoir City. Lenoir City has had an incredible year this year, and Carnes and East Hamilton below that. So that also is going to be an interesting bracket to watch.
I think you got a couple of really nice matchups in there. I think the second round matchup of Oak Ridge Clinton is one that a lot of Anderson County people are really rooting for there. Would like to see that myself. So
yeah, definitely. Moving on to 4A. This is the bracket here. Everybody's going to have their eyes focused on Anderson County, and you know why. Because of the history there with Anderson County in this bracket. Elizabethton probably the assumed second round matchup for the Mavs, but the Cyclones have to get by a dangerous Fulton team first. Now, let's point that out. That's not a gimme win for Elizabethton. Fulton has the weapons. We saw them against Anderson County earlier in the year. They ran out of gas in that second half, but they've got the athletes. They could pull off an upset in the second round, so the Cyclones have got to they got to play their A game to make it to that second round for the right to even face Anderson County. Gibbs has had a phenomenal year, and the Eagles earned a home game for the playoffs, but their reward for doing so is a home game against 7-2 Cherokee, and then Greenville has Carter at home. The Green Devils should be able to get to that second round, I think.
You would think Anderson County is playing really well right now, but there are some other teams that are really developing. This one's going to be interesting to see how 4A really starts to develop and shake out. I'm really impressed with what I've seen with Gibbs. I think Fulton is really kind of a dangerous team right now. Jesse Smith, he also thinks so. I think this could be a real interesting matchup as well.
And we'll briefly look at this because we did cover Loudon earlier when they played Kingston, and Loudon impressively with Coach Jeff Herrig 10-0. They'll face off with Stone Memorial tonight at home, and then they'll move on down the brackets playing either White County or Red Bank. And then further down, you've got Saudi Daisy from Loudon's region taking on Macon County, and then Signal Mountain, again from Loudon's region, taking on Upperman. Upperman also, as a number 1 seed, is 10-0. So if both of those teams make it to the quarterfinals, you'd have 12-0 teams.
Two 12-0 teams
going against each other for the right for a semifinals matchup. So that could be fun.
That could be a really interesting matchup as well. A couple weeks down the road, everybody's got to take care of their business to make that happen. But it very, very, very possibly could.
And Upperman was the state runner-up last year, or they were the state champion last year. I believe they were the runner-up last year. Yeah, so very dangerous Upperman team. So we're going to go ahead and take a break. We'll preview the rest of the playoff brackets when we get back. And also we will preview our game with Kingston and Gatlinburg-Pittman coming up as well. This is the OAB Law Game of the Week.
1 in 7 people will need a blood transfusion during their life. That's 1 person every 2 seconds receiving a life-saving product. At Medic Regional Blood Center, we are the primary blood provider for 25 hospitals in 23 East Tennessee and southeastern Kentucky counties. Started in 1958, Medic has been serving Knoxville and the surrounding areas for 66 years. For 1 hour of your time, you can save a life. Visit medicblood.org for more information on blood donation.
In East Tennessee, our work heritage runs deep. For over a century, the Plumbers and Pipe Fitters Union Local 102 has been part of the area's growth and prosperity. Don't sell yourself or your business short by hiring unskilled labor. Our cutting-edge labor training facility equips our members with the advanced skills needed to be the very best in the industry. Keep jobs local and the money in the state. At Local 102, we work tirelessly today to help build a better tomorrow for our community and our members.
Upgrade your home with stunning natural gas appliances from Oak Ridge Utility District. Enjoy 0% financing with approved credit and turn your dream kitchen into a reality. Call today for a free estimate, get free delivery on all purchases, and enjoy handsome incentives on our appliances. Free delivery, 0% financing, and impressive incentives makes now the perfect time to switch to affordable, safe, and reliable natural gas. Don't wait. Choose Oak Ridge Utility District, your affordable energy choice. Call now or visit our website to get started.
What does strength in numbers mean to you? At Covenant Health, it means we see nearly 2.2 million visits annually from over 700,000 patients who receive hope and healing. It means our 13,000 dedicated experts are all working together for a common goal. It means completing more than 400,000 appointments for wellness and primary care, and serving 107,000 heart patients, along with those who their hearts beat for. It means providing 24,000 cancer patients with life-saving treatments and welcoming 8,000 babies into the world each year. With over 150 locations throughout East Tennessee, you'll always find an open door to care, because we are committed to being the first, best, and strongest choice for the one number who matters most. You. Covenant Health. Let our strength be yours.
Patterson's Appliances has been helping families like yours find quality home appliances from trusted brands including Whirlpool, Maytag, and KitchenAid for over 55 years. Our knowledgeable appliance specialists know how to outfit your kitchen or laundry room with the right appliances to meet your needs. We service what we sell with our own in-house factory-trained service technicians. And for the DIYers, our parts department is always ready to help customers find the appliance parts they need. Patterson's Home Appliances, because we care.
Welcome back to the OAB Law Game of the Week. Kickoff for Gatlinburg-Pittman versus Kingston's coming up shortly, and we'll preview that for you closer to time. We've gone over the bracket for classes 6A through 4A. Now let's do 3A through 1A, beginning with the bigger one. So Region 1 features 3 teams with at least 7 wins. And the 4 seed, Pigeon Forge, has 6. For reference, the Brad got me off track. He pointed at something. For reference, the second seed for Region 2, Kingston, has 5 wins. So what do you make of that? Well, it looks good, but you don't have to move on to round 2 by just having a better record. That said, I think the only team with a better record that will have a competitive game tonight is Gatlinburg-Pittman. In our game, I expect the other higher seeds to ease into round 2.
Yeah, Alcoa is going to be the standard for 3A. We know that. Everyone else is kind of playing catch up to them. But I think this first round, you're going to see some running clock games, and so that's sad. But as they say, win in advance.
Win in advance. That's all you got to do. So moving on to 2A now. And this one's a little bit harder to talk about. The only 2A team that we had all year was Wartburg, and that was the Thursday of week 1. So I don't have much insight to give here other than York made it to the state finals last season, and this is what the bracket looks like. That's about the best that I can tell you. And we will stand for a moment of silence and the national anthem performed by the Roane County High School Marching Band.